Right, good afternoon to all our viewers tuning into this broadcast, live stream from the recreation ground in Oudtshoorn. It is a Cricket South Africa Division 2 T20 challenge between the Six Gun Girl Garden Route Badgers and the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Good afternoon to my fellow commentator, Warren Bell.
Good afternoon viewers. Hope you are ready for another interesting and very important match for the Badgers. Let's get down to business, I guess.
Yes, the Badgers has won the toss. They opted to bat first, and they're still without a victory. And interestingly enough, they play on exactly the same strip that was used Tuesday for the match between the Badgers and the Eastern Cape Storm, where the Badgers lost by 9 runs. The batsman to open the innings is Kyle Jacobs. He's been elevated to open the batting together with Blade Capel, and he will be on the striking end. And it's the captain of the Iinyathi, Jason Iinyathi, to open the bowling from the Queen's Riverside Mall end of the ground. It's a beautiful day, not on the hot side, mid-20s, as Iinyathi will start. Warren, I think the Badgers will be aiming to at least get 170 on the board.
Yeah, it will be a tough ask, I guess, because I was downstairs earlier, looked at the wicket. By the looks of things, it might be a battle of the spin. So yeah, let's see how these batters turn up to take that challenge on. Just some info about the field. Obviously, same wicket. So if you look on your screen, on your right hand side is the shorter boundary. It's about 60 meters approximately, and then straight is 70 both sides, and the other bigger side of the boundary is about 70, 74 meters. So in for a nice little game here, but like I said, very important fixture for the Badgers.
Yeah, as you correctly said, it's going to be a battle of the spinners. The Badgers picked 4 spinners for this one, and the Iinyathi will depend a lot on Jason Iinyathi as a spin bowler, and also the dangerous Jay de Klerk. The Badgers, of course, they've lost all 3 their opening fixtures. The Iinyathi, they played 3, they won 1. So there's still a slim chance for both these teams to reach the semi-finals. Remember, the top 4 teams will contest in the semi-finals, but none of these teams, I think, will be in a run for a home semi-final. At this point in time, it will be the Limpopo Impala and ITEC Knights that will be in the run. There's a very good shot from Kyle Jacobs, and he's off the mark immediately with a beautifully executed shot over long on for 4.
Yeah, great shot, Kyle Jacobs. Exactly what the Badgers wanted to start off their innings, the batting innings with. So good start for the boys.
Obviously power play, so the fielders are in, and he executed that shot brilliantly. Only a mid-on, long on the boundary, and also Cal Conder on the boundary. That's another brilliantly executed shot by Jacobs. He will pick up 4, reverse sweep to third man, and he will add 4 more to the total as he moves to 8. Now, besides his batting qualities, he will also add a lot to the bowling. Warren, I think he was under-bowled on Tuesday. He only bowled 2 overs. He picked up 2 wickets for only 10 runs.
Yeah. Unfortunately, also we noticed that he is one of the top leading takers in this competition currently. Another push down to wide, deep mud on there, and Carl gets off strike, so Blade Cape will be on strike now. Yes, we probably discuss this bowling later on, as he's standing with bat right now, so hopefully he can contribute to make a massive impact for the Badgers in with his bat in hand.
Yeah, the Badgers, they will feel the pressure. It's been a disappointing campaign thus far. Interestingly enough, in the 4-day competition as well as in the 50-over T20 Cup, or 50-over Cup, the Badgers were outright victors in both those occasions, as we watched Iinyathi to Capel. And just forward defensively. In the old days, they used to call that a spectator catch. That's a play and a miss, and just narrowly missed the stumps. Well bowled, and a good comeback there from Iinyathi to Blade Capel. Capel, of course, He's a prolific run scorer. He's a top run scorer in a 4-day competition. On Tuesday, he got going, but he couldn't pull it through. He got 31 from 23 deliveries, and he was one of the better batters of the Badgers. So we will see the veteran Pabama Fojela. He's very close to 40 years of age. He will bowl from the Freda Street end of the ground in his first over. He played here 2 seasons for the Badgers, and he's like a good red wine. The older the better.
Yeah, Fujela has been around. It's been around the block, so all his experience will be counted on here from his team's point of view. Just for interesting sake, yeah, these 2 opening batters always, even the last previous game they got 50 in their 6 overs. So I guess one of Kyle, Jacobs or Blade were trying to get out the power play.
Fojela immediately on the money, well executed delivery, punch forward by Jacobs, and there's no run added to the score. The Iinyathi also, as we just watch this delivery. Once again, a big hacker, that one didn't connect it properly. The Badgers on Tuesday, they were also on the losing end. They were up against the Knights in East London. The Knights scored 229 and the Badgers were restricted for 198 for 5. They end up 31 runs short of the Knights. In fact, that innings total of 229 by the Knights was the highest score thus far in this competition as the competition approaches its halfway stage.
Just a change of field, yeah. Third man comes up as deep long on goes out.
Wide delivery by Fujela, the umpire on the Freda Street end, also a former SWD first class cricket player. Andre Willefeer signals wide. At the square leg, we've got an ex-professional rugby player who played for the Mpumalanga Pumas in the midfield. I think he in his day was a crash ball centre, Yuri Sadler, and the match referee, of course, is the former Protea women's captain, Chandra Fritz.
Shots.
Well improvised shot. We just can't pick it up. That is maximum for Jacobs as he moves to 14. A brilliantly executed sweep, paddle sweep over the wicket keeper for 6.
Yeah, as we can see nowadays, these players make use of these shots, both fine leg and third man up, so it becomes a good option. Great shot, Carl Jacobs.
Yeah, I move up in the batting to open the batting to the expense of Matthew Christensen, who will sit out today. One of 4 changes that the Badgers has made to the squad. That's a better delivery from Fujela. And of course, the captain, Jean du Plessis, is not available today. He will have his graduation ceremony in Cape Town. So the captaincy and the wicket-keeping gloves is taken over by Jet Li van Brieses. Played to mid-on, and Jacobs will pick up a single, and they will only also settle for a single as the fielding is tightly done at matches. 18 without lost after 2 overs, and I think they will obviously try, it's common knowledge, they would like to minimize the loss of wickets in this power play and try to at least, after the 6 overs, be close to 50 on the board.
Yeah, obviously off to a good start, yeah. Looks like Iinyathi just trying to find their feet and trying to mix up certain things so the batters can't line them up. But you'll probably ask to be more on the button here from this bowler running now.
Bowling change from this end of the ground, the commentary box, and Nico van Zyl. It's a wideish delivery, brilliantly executed, shot by Capel, and he will collect 4. Wide delivery, as I said, brilliantly executed through the gap and all the way to the boundary for 4, as Capel also gets off the mark.
Yeah, great shot, Capel. I guess the Iinyathi just needs to go back to to the not leaving the stumps here. I guess any batter up the order and in this format likes the width, so we probably guess that this next ball will not be as wide as that, so it'll be obviously on the stumps. So
Yes, he capitalised well on that wideish delivery. Nico van Zyl to Blade Capel. Also wideish, but he will not get a run as the fielding is done at mid-off, and no run added to the score. I think Capel will think that he missed out on that.
yeah, definitely. Since if you look at the field as well, deep squares out and there was width given outside the off stump, you'll feel like he missed out on that. Bowler's changing his line, he's coming around the wicket. Yeah, let's see what he comes up with.
Good comeback. There was a swing there from Capel. It missed leg stump, and a dot ball to the credit of the bowler.
Capel giving himself some room to exit the extra cover area. As we saw the previous game also, maybe that's something he likes to do, hit the ball with extra cover. Shot.
He went over long off. Brilliant shot executed. One bounce for, and Capel will collect his second boundary of the over. That's a brilliantly executed shot.
Great shot. That's actually a free hit for Capel, to be honest with you, with the fielder up. And the length slightly wrong from Van Zyl there, and he was made to pay for that one. Great shot, Capel.
Yeah, I think Capel will be cautious to execute that shot brilliant to the book, because he often loses his wicket being caught or catched at mid-off or mid-on. Van Zyl around the wicket to the left-handed Capel. It's nicely worked to third man, where Fujela is doing the fielding and Capel will collect another run.
Yeah, the Badgers opening batters here didn't have to do anything extra to make sure they get a boundary. Boundaries have been given to him, obviously also being aware that they can get off strike after the boundary, which is good, and simple cricket being played at the moment. No really massive risk need to be taken of these batters. Let's see if Kyle Jacobs can just come out this over tidily.
Oh, that's well played to the leg side. His work for square leg, who's deep running around, and there will be two more to the score and added to the total of Kyle Jacobs as he now moves to 18. Pardon? Yeah, 18.
Yeah, good start, Badgers. Current score 29 without loss after 3.
And Fujela will continue bowling from the Vrede Street end of the ground. And he will bowl to the left-hander Blade Capel.
Yeah, the Badgers will, like I said earlier, the Badgers will try and get out this power play with minimum wickets down, so they can set themselves up for the back end or this batting innings. Fujela running in.
Well bowled. Deep into the crease, outside the off, no runs added to the score.
Just the field setting again, fine leg up, deep square out. Obviously that's the shorter side for Blade as you look to your screen, so the right hand side is really short, long on out there as well.
Capel nicely worked to a fine square leg, and he will get one run. Yeah, Fujela, 39 years of age, illustrious career. He played, with the exception of 2 years, all his cricket for the East London-based team, and he was 2 seasons he spent here with SWD, as it was formerly known. He was a reliable, low-order batsman and a man that can run in and bowl lots of overs in the Oudtshoorn heat. Down the leg, and was there a pad or something to that? Obviously a pad. There is an appeal from Fujela and no run added to the score.
Yeah, Fujela just getting away with one there, sliding down leg. Carl will feel very disappointed on getting back onto that, since fine leg is up to the ring.
So him and our fellow commentator Warren Bell are the same age.
No, because he's 2 years older than I am.
This one is well played, and he will collect 4 as he finds an edge. Get it down. No, there was no edge. It's actually leg byes called by umpire Andre Olivier.
Yeah, very naughty here from the experienced Fujela, just sliding down to leg stump there. It's basically a freebie. We understand that he's probably trying to go straight, but he's going too straight because that's the bigger side of the field on the leg side for Carl. But needs to pull it back nicely up.
Yes, correctly. Earlier in the commentary you mentioned the size of the boundaries on the leg side towards the east, towards the town end of the ground. It's quite long boundaries today, and as you correctly say, that's why he tried to bowl it straight, and he paid a price with 4 leg byes. Those are massive boundaries on the leg side. You got the distance there?
Yeah, it's about 73.
73 meters. Nice straight drive from Jacobs. He will not get a 4 as he's been cut off on the boundary. And there's a bit of trouble there, but both batsmen safely back home. And I guess that delivery hit Capel on the finger. So we will have the physiotherapist running up to attend to that. That looks very dangerous. Serious, not dangerous. Capel definitely in some pain there. He seems to be fine. And I think by the time that the physiotherapists arrive, they will take out the magical spray. Exactly, glove is also off. Lizette Lutz, the physiotherapist, she's on the ground attending to what seems to be a finger niggle for Capel.
Yeah, Capel just came back from a little groin injury, so stuff not going his way currently, but I'm sure he'll bounce back. It looks like in a lot of pain down there.
So Capel is fine. His gloves are back on, and he will be keen to take his score further. He's on 10. He'll face while Carl Jacobs is on 20. Total score 36 without loss, and we are in the 5th over.
Capel trying to pop it over the top from the bowler Jason Neiman.
Yeah, he's back into the attack after he bowled the opening over and was replaced for only 1 over by Nico van Zyl. This one just punched to mid-on, where the fielding is done by the very own Nico van Zyl, no run added to the score. The very same Nico van Zyl. Should say that. Oh, well bowled by Niemand. Capel tried to open the arms, tried to clear the inner ring. All the fielders, with the exception of mid-on the boundary, long on the boundary. Long off, pardon.
Shot.
This time he got it right, and it will go all the way. It will go all the way, as umpire Sadler signals 6. So 6 added to the score of Capel. Intent was very clear the previous shot that he would like to open the arms to Niemand. This one is just a little bit short, And a dangerous batsman like Capel, he will capitalize on anything that's not online. Takes the score to 42. Played out just wide of Niemand. Too long off, and the fielding is done, and no run added to the score. Tyrese Carlson will be batting at number 3. He's been recalled to the side, but at this stage the Badgers are happy with Capel and Jacobs. That's also a well executed shot. One bounce for to the credit of Kyle Jacobs.
Yeah, very good shot. You can see the batters here obviously know what they need to do. Not, like I said, not massive risk being taken. Fielders are up, they're popping over the top. Very good cricket being played there by those two opening batters.
So it's 5 overs gone, the total 47 without loss, and this by a long shot is the best opening stand that the Badgers has produced thus far in the competition.
Yeah, I'm sure the coaching staff would have mentioned that they would like one of these two batters to bat a bit longer, because like I said earlier, their power plays are pretty good. They just need to make sure they can carry one of them through until the middle period of this game. Bowling change from that side.
So Nico van Zyl has been reintroduced to the bowling attack, this time from the Freda Street end of the ground, after he bowled 1 over from the Riverside Mall end that went for 11 runs, and there's just a bit of a hold up. I think that one is on target. Capel plays it to mid-on, no addition to the score. Just the result yesterday, Limpopo Impala, they played the Mpumalanga Rhinos. The match was eventually washed out, and both teams collecting 2 points, as Capel will get one more as he put bats on ball to onside, and he will get a single. And that's the end of Jacobs. He lost his wicket, ran out directly, a beautiful piece of fielding, and the Badgers lost their first wicket at 48.
Yeah, good tidy fielding there. I'm not sure the fielder was directed. Run-out's always brilliant opportunity for fielders to make sure they get an in-row into this batting lineup, and I guess that's something that happened, and the Badgers not needed right now. Very disappointed Kyle Jacobs there, making his way off the field. But as we introduce a new batter, it is from, who's that? That's Carlos walking into bat. So very explosive left-hander. So 2 left-handers finding themselves at the crease now.
A slight hesitation between the two batters. Jacobs was halfway down the track. He was sent back by Capel, and as I said, a brilliant direct hit, and he lost his wicket. I think the fielder, if I didn't got it wrong, is Nononele Yika. Is he going to come around the wicket to the left-hander Carlson? Carlson, by his own ambitions and admirations, hasn't get to his full potential. He dominated in Cols and club cricket, but he will still need to elevate this on this level of the game. Didn't properly get that one away, and no run added to the score. He of course played in the 2020 ICC Under-19 World Cup for South Africa.
Yeah, Carl's a very explosive left-hand bat. Very quick between the wickets as well. So he's looking to settle in at the crease here and make a play for the Badgers.
Will this be the end? No, it will end up in no man's land. Risky shot. One was maybe a bit closer to the off stump as he thought, not as wide. It went airborne and it fell safely among 3 fielders, and Carlse will get off the mark with a couple. Nico van Zyl to Carlse. This one is fielded in the gully, and that couple of Carlse also brought up the 50 of the Badgers in the 7th over. 6th over, pardon. So that's the end of the power play. The Badgers 50 for 1, and believe it or not, they achieved more runs, 2 runs more Tuesday in the power play when Christensen and Capel was batting.
There again, the Badgers will take that power play, 50 for 1 after 6. As we see a bowling change from the riverside end, Mall end. It will be Dylan Matthews, the leg spinner. Also quite a bowler. It's been around the country. Played. I know he started his career up north, originally from Cape Town, but it's a very handy little leg spin bowler into attack now.
Warren, you will agree with me, a lot more has been expected of the young Dylan Matthews. He's not that young anymore. He was a promising young bowler when he entered the first class level, but he will still be a handful, especially on a track like this today.
Yeah, definitely, since the wicket's turning a bit. Like I said earlier, the grass was taken off, but he also struggled with a knee injury, and also just I think last year just starting to get fitter again, so I guess he's going to make use of his opportunity right here.
Matthews to Capel, that's short. Didn't find the gap. He will find a fielder on the mid-wicket boundary, and he will get 1 added to the score.
Yeah, very interesting again there that it's 2 left-handers at the crease, and the captain opting to bring the leg spinner. It's going to make it obviously a bit easier for the left-hander to face, but they are hitting to the bigger side of the field, so we can see. Can see the plan behind it now that Matthews are opting for a mid-wicket. So
Yes, very good captaincy. Sorry to interrupt you, Warren. Very good captaincy by Jason Niemand, as you've got fielders posted on the boundaries on the leg side. Mid-wicket, and there's an appeal for that. That one was definitely pitching outside leg, as Carlse attempted the sweep shot. We've got a boundary fielder just behind square on the onside, so the captain has got his cover out on the leg side for the leg spinner Matthews to Carlse. That one is played outside of, turning away from the left hander. He nicely executed, and he will take 4 runs, Carlse.
Yeah, Carlse will take that with both hands. A little bit naughty there for Matthews. Like we said, it's probably the bigger side of the field if you just stick to and keep it nice and simple. But Carlse pounced on that one very nicely. 4 to Carlse. Current score 55 for 1 after 6.3. Shot. Sweep shot from Carlse out to the deep, and it's 4 runs. Nicely executed shot there. Matthews finding himself under pressure now in this over, 2 boundaries and 2 consecutive balls. Yeah, let's see what he can come up with. Not really happy with his execution there.
That's a brilliant sweep shot by the young Carlse, beating the square leg that's deep on the boundary, finding the gap, and 4 more added to the total. He was outmaneuvered there by the batsman. He's definitely bowling to the field, but a brilliantly executed sweep shot by Carlse, and that takes the score to 58. 59, pardon. Oh, and he's bowled him. Carlson missed that ball. It was pitch outside leg, it was short, and he played over the flight of the ball, and he was bowled.
Yeah, Matthew strikes there. Good comeback for him. I guess he wins the battle between him and Carlson at the moment. Not really sure if that was just a top spinner, but executed very well for Matthews there. Carlson on his way back to the shed.
Carlson will be disappointed with the execution of that shot, and the second wicket goes down at 59 for 2, and Blade Capel, well, he's on a non-striker's end. He's on 19, and he saw the departure of both Jacobs and Carlson, pardon for that, as Kelly Smuts walks out to the wicket. He missed out on Tuesday earlier in the week, and he has replaced Jean du Plessis, as I've earlier mentioned, who today has his graduation ceremony. Smuts, of course, a very good bowler, player of spin.
Yeah, Smuts has been around, played enough cricket to know how to counter Matthews here. Again, the Badgers is looking for someone to bat with Capel at the moment to start a partnership. I mean, again, we lost 2 quick wickets, so let's hopefully that Kelly and Capel can just build here. Matthews to Kelly.
And he will pick up a single on the back foot to the offside, and he will open his account. Smuts, of course, a product of Graham College in Grahamstown, where the previous Kayamajola week was hosted, and he's, of course, the brother of John Smuts, who currently is contracted with the Dolphins. He played most of his cricket with the Warriors in Port Elizabeth, or Kabega, and Eastern Province, and Kelly Smuts will remain on strike as he will face what seems to be, we will have a bowling change from the Vredesried end of the ground. Striker Blade Capel, also left-hander. 3 or 4 left-handers that's batting in the top 4, and the score 60 for 2 after 7 overs, as we will watch the introduction of Hlatuka.
Yeah, Hlatuka having T-point out there, the big boundary, running into Kelly Smuts. Oh, that's pretty straight. Oh, Kelly Sly running down the wicket, but always good run out. Good work from the keeper there. Yeah, good start from the young bowler here. Hlatuka, nice full and straight onto the stumps.
Well bowled, and no addition to the run. I must say, it looks if there's something, you've got some wheels there.
Yeah, there's something behind it there, well bowled. Guess he's trying to make use of the wicket since it's still fresh early on with a new ball, so running in hard, hitting the wicket hard. Getting some purchase off the wicket, so I didn't see the point of him or trying something different now. See if he stays in his disciplines.
Oh, that's another well-bowled delivery, well executed by the bowler. And the instruction and message from the Badgers dressing room will be very clear not to give up momentum, because that is what happened earlier in the week. It happened in every single match, and it enabled them to build and to post a competitive score in the region of 170 plus. Hlatuka to Kelly Smuts. Oh, that's it. Play down to third man where the fielding is done. It will be 1 more to Smuts. And specifically the inability to score boundaries in the middle order. On the middle overs, rather.
Yeah, Hlatuka, very decent over so far. 1 run off his first ball. 4 balls delivered to the batters. He's running into Capel right now.
and no run will be added. Another well bowled delivery by Shutuka.
Yeah, I think he found the length there from a Ferreira street end there, just hard back of a length. So pretty brave because he's on the shorter side, like I said, to Capel's right. But there's two fielders out in the boundary, deep square and a deep mid wicket. What is your option to get out this over? Let's see.
And that is the end of Capel, caught on mid-wicket, and the Badgers has lost momentum. Short pitch delivery, tried to hit it over the boundary, didn't properly connect it, and Capel is gone for 18 from 19. He will be very disappointed, and the momentum all of a sudden slipping away from the Badgers.
Yeah, very disappointed. Played Capel walking off the field there. Again, the Badgers struggling to find a partnership here to keep going. They're finding themselves 61 for 3 after 8 overs. As a new batter walks into bat, the captain from British.
The Iinyathi just stick to the basics, and the Badgers pay the price. So we will have Dylan Matthews. He will be into his second over to continue from the Riverside Mall end. It's a northern end, northern side of the ground, also where the commentary boxes are. And he went for 10 in his first over, but he picked up the wicket of Carlson.
Wrong one. Okay, he knocks it down too long, too deep, long off there for one. Yeah, the Badgers just need to rebuild again now, as they're finding themselves with 2 new batters at the crease. Dylan Matthews opting to carry a first slip there.
First ball to Van Bressis. This one is played out to long on, and Van Bressis will open his account.
Yeah, we must say that Iinyathi held their nerve quite well there after the power play. Nothing really something special they needed to do. The Badgers just allowing them back into this game after their good start. Matthews into Smuts. Smuts knocks it down to long on for one.
I don't think the Iinyathi will mind the singles. Would like to cut off the boundaries to restrict the run rate, which has dropped to 7.5 after a very sound start. The first 3 overs went for 29, and the Badgers definitely lost wickets, and they lost, as usually the case, be momentum. Matthews to Van Bressis. Oh, that's a well bowled delivery. He went back, and the ball ended up in the off-field, offside. No run added to the score.
Yeah, looks like Matthews is back hitting his straps here. You can see a little step into his stride here, so he's finding his length and the perfect pace to bowl on this wicket.
Full of energy, full of self-confidence, Matthews to Van Bressis. It's another well-bowled delivery, but Van Bressis punches it out. And the Iinyathi, they won't mind the singles. One more added to Van Bressis. Van Bressis had a very good start to this campaign. He scored 52 against the Heat in Kimberley. Lots of flight given by Matthews, but Smuts will collect one. They're not going to turn for the second. I don't think Smuts will be angry towards me if I mention it on air. It's not the quickest between the wickets. On the other hand, you've got Van Brieses, who's very quick.
Yeah, a little partnership they need to figure out quickly between the wickets. The Badgers would not appreciate another runner. But tidy work in the outfield there from the fielder.
Smuts, of course, a very good player of spin. We've seen this early in the season and throughout his career. He would really like to stamp his authority on this game today. Experienced player. His second season with the Badgers. Previous season he went to the Northern Cape. Reliable experience, and he will need to apply that today. Oh, that's a magnificent shot. That is most probably the shot of the day as he puts it away wide off point for 4 from the bowling of Slatuka.
Yeah, Slatuka, but naughty there, giving Kelly some width. His previous over he was trying to hit the wicket hard. Maybe he could have just stick to the previous plans since you got Capel out. So, but naughty there, giving width, and Kelly pounced on that.
Yes, he immediately capitalised with a well executed shot for 4. Slatuka running in with lots of energy to Smuts. Oh, it's a well bowled delivery and sent back immediately by the man who made the call from Brieses. There was no single on there. Slatuka to Smuts. Another well bowled delivery into the body of Smuts, and he couldn't get anything more than just to keep it away for a dot ball.
Yeah, I see, as we can see, Slatuka going back to what worked for him. Slightly back of the length, hard into the wicket, with again deep square and deep mid wicket out on the boundary.
Slatuka, his 4th ball of the over. The first one went for that boundary and then 2 dot balls. Oh, yeah, that will go for 2.
Oh, brilliant fielding.
Brilliant fielding there. It's Eben Boto did the fielding on the fine leg boundary to prevent a 4. And
It's a no ball.
And it's a no ball.
Free hit for Kelly Smuts here. Let's see if he's going to target that short boundary.
On the onside.
Wicketkeeper just trying to get Longman's angles right there. Too good to Smuts.
Oh, well bowled. Hit the pads as they scrambled through for a leg bye. He did well to get out of jail there.
Yeah. Pretty well to do this. Only walk around, get out the over, after free hit with one leg bye. He's just going to try to complete his over bowling to Van Brieses.
Van Brieses taking guard at the commentary box end. It will be the first delivery that he will face from Slatuka. Slatuka to Van Brieses. It's well played. They will turn for a second. Van Brieses running to the danger end, and he's home. Well run couple there, and well deserved for Van Brieses.
Yeah, as my fellow commentator mentioned earlier, Van Brieses is quite sharp between the wickets. As he ran back to the danger side, it was an easy one for him to get back. And Kelly scrolling through to the other end.
He used the word scrolling, but that was what it was. Fortunately, he's not listening to this commentary. He will be out there trying to hit more boundaries for the home side. Hlatuka to Van Brieses. Oh, that's a wide. That's a big wide. And they were picked up a bye. So that'll be two wides added to the score. The keeper did well to collect that ball because it was very wide.
Yeah, good work from the keeper there.
Look at Super Saturday in Oudtshoorn. So we've got a few people making it to the ground. This will definitely become a very exciting match. And the locals will be hoping that the Badgers will post around 170 to make a competitive score. Something which they failed thus far this season. Hlatuka to Smuts. I think that's another one. It's a no ball called. And that will be a free hit. Now can Kelly Smuts capitalize? Immediately have a look at the on-field, onside.
Yeah, so Tuka opting for a slow ball there, just came out wrong. Giving a free hit away here. Hopefully Kelly can pounce on this one and make him pay. As it's his last ball of this over.
Oh, that's a well executed shot, but it's protection on the mid-wicket boundary, and it will only be a single. It's the end of the over, it's the end of the 10th over. We've reached the halfway stage, and the score 80 for 3. This partnership between Van Brieses and Smuts slowly but surely is getting momentum. It's worth 13 runs thus far. And for you who tune in, there's also some other interest at Hollywood Bets Kingsmead in Durban. The Badgers women's team are up against the KwaZulu-Natal Dolphins ladies. So the target there is 222 for the Badgers. And they will rely obviously a hell of a lot on Tasman Brits. They just started their batting innings. So for the locals, they will keep a key eye, an interesting eye on the proceedings at Kingsmead in Durban. As we watch Matthews, his third consecutive over, he picked up the wicket of Carlse and he will bowl to the left-hander Kelly Smuts. Conceded 15 in his first 2 overs. Well negotiated by Smuts, but it will only be a single as the fielding is done on the square leg boundary.
Slow walking. Good call.
Walking.
Matthews to Van Brieses.
Short delivery, and he will once again get a single as Olwake will do the fielding on the point boundary.
Now the young Lawake Kokoza making his debut today for the Iinyathis.
Matthews to Smuts, and he will collect a single, and there's a bit of a misfield and well spotted by Van Brieses running to the danger end, and it'll bring 2 more runs to Smuts. Bit of a misfield there. It's the very same Klakuta, the bowler who did the misfield. Ooh, straight to the fielder, that was hit like a train. Well fielded.
Yeah, Kelly giving himself some room there.
By the captain Jason Niemand. As he's swapping positions, he's moving to the point position. Just behind square on the offside. Matthews to Smuts. Smuts is on 15. and he would keenly like to take this 15 to a half century, something that the Badgers batting lineup is lacking to convert good starts into match-winning targets. We saw it today with the dismissal of Kyle Jacobs and Blade Capel respectively. Oh, well played, Uppish, but it's once again a single. As the fielding is done, they return once again. Van Bries is running to the danger end, and Marco Mare who did the fielding.
Yeah, I would say that's what bowled from Matthews there. He changed the fielder in his line, he came around the wicket, he moved T-point out and he brought square leg back up to the ring and gave him some flight outside off stump, inviting Kelly Smuts to sweep.
Oh, that is a magnificent shot, but Marco Mare will cut it off. No, he won't. That's 4 more. That is a great shot from Kelly Smuts. He found the gap just wide of Marco Mare on long on, and he will pick up a boundary, and that will take the Badgers score to 90 for 3 at the end of 11 overs. Come again? 14 overs, sorry. 14 overs bowled, and the Badgers 90. Nice. That's after 11 overs. That over went for 10 runs from Matthews, and Matthews has now bowled 3 overs that cost him 25 runs, and he picked up the wicket of Tyrese Carlos, of course.
Yeah, there's a bowling change from the Verena Street end at this Jade de Klerk. Jade de Klerk, very good left arm spin bowler. He finds himself also on top of the bowling rankings of this competition. Yeah, very exciting prospect for the future. Also really not bad with the bat. He found himself contribute towards the lower part of this middle order for the Iinyathi. See if he can give some trouble to Van Bries as he's running into to bowl his first delivery. First ball, dot ball, just sliding straight onto Van Bries there.
Well played by Van Bries. He will pick up a single. On this track, the Klerk will be a key bowler in the bowling lineup of the visitors.
Yeah, spot on. The Klerk also bowling from the right end, I guess, since it's the bigger boundary on our left as you look to the screen. Also very experienced white ball players, played a lot of white ball cricket.
Yeah, as the partnership reaches 30, and I would just like to excel from here, keep it ticking on. Good work thus far by Smuts and Van Bries. And that's the departure of Smuts. He played it uppishly, and the catch has been taken.
Yeah, Smuts just holding us straight to point there. Again, as soon as the partnership starts, they just lose a wicket and lose momentum again. That partnership of 30 being broken now. Very disappointed. Kelly Smuts walking back to the dugout. As the score reads 91 for 4. Yeah, it's the big hitter Heath Richards walking into the wicket now to bat. I guess he needs to show his magic again, give himself some time to get in and launch towards the back end, as he's got the capabilities to clear the boundary. Let's see if he and Van Bries can build a nice partnership for the Badgers here.
Yeah, Richards on Tuesday scored 42 from 22 deliveries. He wasn't in to bat already in the 12th over, and he will be very cautious against the very dangerous Jay de Klerk. Left arm orthodox spinner as he continues from the Freda Street end of the ground. Big boundaries that Richards must deal with. This one is just put bat on ball and he will get a single and he will get off strike. De Klerk to Van Bresses. Oh, it's a well bowled delivery and he will not get any runs for that. Very well bowled by Jay de Klerk. That is the one player that the Badgers will look out for. And it's a caught bowl, it's a departure of Van Bresses, and now all of a sudden they slumped to 92 for 5. Well bowled by Jay de Klerk.
That's exactly what the Iinyathis want when they brought de Klerk on, just to put the brakes completely onto this Badgers innings, and he's done exactly that. Picked up 2 wickets in his first over. There's still one more left of this over. De Klerk on fire here. Into bat is Thomas Carver. Also started off nicely the previous game. Really the coaching staff were hoping and try and believe that Carver will come back in and play exactly the same way he did, but he's finding himself under pressure. De Klerk keeping his straps in his first over.
Yeah, Carver will be no foreigner to the home side. Remember, he played for the Iinyathi last season. And the past season, of course, he got his big breakthrough for MO Cape Town. But he will not be on strike. It's the bulky Heath Richards, 1.92 meters in his shoes, who's batting on the opposite side, and he will face Dylan Matthews. Will be in his last over. He went for 25 in his first 3 with 1 wicket.
First up, wrong one there. I think Heath dealt nicely, he picked that one. Matthews will really pounce on this over, he'll trying to get another wicket here, so he's, as you can see, very attacking field, still carrying the slip, and he's going to try and break through for the Iinyathis.
One is punched to long on, and the fielding has been done by Marco Mare. Marco will be keen to come to the crease later to showcase his powerful hitting with a bat. As Carver takes strike.
Matthews to Carver. Slightly short, Carver cut it out to deep point and he gets one. He opens his account.
There is, of course, lots of protection there, the long boundary. As Warren earlier mentioned, he went and measured those boundaries, 71 meters, which is quite a long boundary on the town end, on the eastern end of the field. Ooh, that's a well-bowled delivery for Matthews. It's very clear they also build their team selection around the spin bowling department. 94 for 5 as we watch Matthews to Richards. Ooh. Once again, play to the offside. Point is running in to do the fielding, and that brought an end to the 13th over. One more ball left from Matthews. I think Matthews, if he can get away without a boundary in this last over, he will be quite happy with his bowling performance today. After he went for 10 in the first over, and good comeback from Dylan Matthews. As Carver had a look at the offside, Matthews the leg spinner, to Carver. And Carver is sweeping. He will pick up a single as the fielding is done by square leg, and that will take the score to 96 as we conclude the 13th over. 7 left. I think the Badgers will be aiming to get another 50 in the last 7 overs. If they can bat at 7 and over, they can take 49 from the last overs, but that will not be enough. That will not take them past 160, 170. One of the areas where they struggle this past season is the inability to take scores forward. They scored 163 against the Northern Cape. Against the Knights, it was 166. And against the Eastern Storm, it was 163. So they are 160 odd scores, which is not enough to win you games in this format of the game.
Yeah, the Badgers will hope to capitalise while Heath is still at the crease there. But we must give credit to Matthews, very well bowled in his 4 overs there.
De Klerk, it's well bowled and no run added. Carver plays it out to the gully where the fielding is done.
Yeah, De Klerk's not going to leave the stumps here, and also play with his pace quite nicely. Very good the matchup here. Carver facing De Klerk.
Another good delivery from De Klerk. I must say he's very, very impressive, and he put the brakes on and create pressure.
Yeah, everything playing in Iinyathi's way here. They're slowing the run rate right down at 7.2.
That one is well dealt with, but once again, his protection at square leg, running in to do the fielding, and one more added to the score. And immediately umpire Sadler is warning the fielder to not let the ball bounce more than once. And that fielder is, of course, the debutant, Olwake Kokoza. De Klerk to Richards, well bowled, dot ball.
Yeah, De Klerk putting the brakes properly onto this Badgers innings here.
He only conceded 1 in his first 4 deliveries. De Klerk to Richards. And it's another well bowled delivery. It's called a wide, it's wided. Signaled by umpire Andre Olivier. And the Badgers will take it. One more delivery, one more ball to be bowled. De Klerk to Richards. Oh, and he misses out. It's another wide. Just a little bit off line there. And Richards will take a single. De Klerk, I don't think, will mind too much as the fielding is done and only 1 run added to the score. The Iinyathi, they will feel as the Badgers reach their 100. Jason Iman and his troops will feel advantage to the Iinyathi. Carver swings, brings him a single, and the Badgers will be mindful of the fact that De Klerk will have 2 more overs left after this. He only conceded 7 runs in his first 2 overs. He picked up the wicket of Van Brieses, and remember, 2 of those 7 runs were wides.
Yeah, he picked up 2 wickets here.
Sorry, my apologies for that, 2 wickets. Very impressive figures. And there will be a replacement for Dylan Matthews. He will be replaced here from the Riverside Mall end of the ground. And the debutant Olwake Kokoza will bowl. Kokoza will be left arm around the wicket, and he will most probably bowl, that's left arm over the wicket. He will bowl to Carver.
Yeah, Kokoza, young fast bowler. Also good little order on the, he plays nicely with the bat, left hand bat. Yeah, also hailing down from Kobega, a proud product from Victoria Park in Kobega.
Yeah, thanks for that biographical information. So he's no stranger to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I worked with him a little bit down in Kavega. Let's see if he can put his plans together and give himself a good start to his T20 career.
Yeah, he will need to be spot on, especially against Richards, as he will defending the short boundary.
Yeah, also I think smart captaincy here as the young fast bowler would run into two new batters, but you know nowadays these players will take on anyone and is giving him something to score. Koza to Carver.
Well executed. You'll get a single as the fielding is done at the long on boundary by J. de Klerk. Tidy fielding, number 6 on his back. If you look at him and you convert it to rugby, you will rather expect de Klerk wearing a number 9 jersey as a scrum half, because he's definitely not. He's a tiny build man.
I tell you what, de Klerk's a decent footballer. He's very good with the football. So
Richards, it's well bowled into him, and he will take a single. The Badgers will need to look for boundaries if they would at any way like to reach what I believe is a pass score here, and it's 170.
Yeah, back to de Klerk there. I don't think he'll take any part in the rugby field. So again, like I said, very decent footballer. Good Koza bowling to his field there nicely as he runs into Carver.
Oh, that's a good appeal. I think he just pitched it outside the leg stump, as it was a cross-pat swing to that ball from Carver, and he missed the length of the ball, which hit him just above the roll. Umpire Yuri Sadler not interested, and you can see the dugout of the Badgers. They're looking pensive. Okoza to Carver. Oh, that's again an appeal for L leg before. I think this one again pitching outside leg, and they will scramble through for a leg by.
Yeah.
Clever cricket by the Iinyathi. They keep the brakes on, put the pressure on, and there's lots of fielders. There's Marco Mare. Keep them awake, urge them. The release shot might come any moment, and there will be some action for the fielders. Kokoza to Richards. Well hit on the onside, protection there. Marco Mare, tidy fielding straight into the hands of the keeper, and he also acknowledges the good fielding from Marco Mare. One more added to the score.
Yeah, Kokoza just executing his plans here nicely, bowling to his field. Also opting to hit the wicket a bit harder, since Carver has showed us a couple of times it just sits up, so he's bowling quite nicely. Last ball is over.
Oh, that one is hit well by Carver. That will go all the way. That's a massive hit onto the embankment for 6.
Yeah, commentator's curse there. Carver took full advantage of that length with fine leg being up and just flicked it over for the boundary, well needed boundary for the Badgers. Badgers are 111 for 5 at the current run rate of 7.6.
Warren, what would the tactics be against J. de Klerk? Because he currently is sitting at only 7 runs from 2 overs. He's putting the brakes on. What do you think the batters will have in mind against him?
Well, I guess if they also know that he's one of their main spinners, so I guess Heath will just probably try and hit the sweepers and be happy to get out of his spell and just capitalise again from other bowlers need to come back on.
He will be aiming to hit it straight. Remember, that's a long boundary. Just work it towards the onside. The fielding is done by Pabama Fujela, and they pick up a single. The score 112 for 5, and we are into the 16th over. So the Badgers, they will be worried. This is not going to be enough runs. Well executed by de Klerk.
Yeah, de Klerk's hitting his traps nicely here, putting the brakes on and making sure the Badgers don't get away with anything loose.
Nicely executed sweep shot from Carver. He will at least get 2, as the fielding is done very nicely with a nice throw by Olwake Kogoza. De Klerk to Carver. Oh, it's well bowled.
Quick one.
And de Klerk can't believe that he hasn't got.
Right here. He's just trying to break this partnership. Oh, run out chance here at the bowler's end. Carver is safe. Okay, well done there. For the field, I think it's Marco Murray. If that was direct hit, we could have been in for another one walking back to the dugout.
De Klerk almost finished his 3rd over, and he still hasn't conceded a boundary to Richards. And that will also not be a boundary. It will only be 1 as Richards punches it to the onside, and it will only be 1. And that brought an end to the 16th over. The Badgers at 115 for 6. 116 for 6 after 16. And I must say, advantage to the Iinyathi.
Yeah, definitely Iinyathi on top of it, yeah. Probably just, the bat just probably trying to get away with loader shots and seeing de Klerk out and trying to probably make a play, getting to the shorter boundary. But let's see what Heath Richards can come on as a bowling change from the Riverside Mall end. It is it's Van Zyl.
Nico van Zyl.
Nico van Zyl will run in from the Riverside Mall end.
He conceded 14 in his first 2 overs. I disagree with the captain. I would have kept the previous bowler on. He bowled quite well, the left arm Okoza, because this is where Heath Richards can be dangerous. Okay, we just got the good news that there's no load shedding for the afternoon. That is a commentator's nightmare. Switching devices, Van Zyl to Richards. And that's only 4. It's only going to be 1, as Marco Murray will do the fielding. The way that he unleashes there, we thought that that's going to be a big shot, but well read by the bowler Van Zyl.
Yeah, I think
obviously you would have done their homework on Richards.
Yeah, I think Richards is opting to take. He needs to change momentum, so he's probably lining up Van Zyl, and like I said, hitting into the shorter boundary as Van Zyl runs into Carver.
Oh, well bowled Van Zyl. He played outside the line of that delivery, over it, and it's taken by the keeper.
Yeah, Van Zyl's field is a fine leg up, square leg up. He's got a deep mid wicket and a long on, and obviously sweeper on the offside and long off on the offside out.
Yes, the Badgers has got the runs, but bearing in mind they won the toss and opted to bat first, I think they would have been more happy with at least 20 more runs on the board at this point in time, as Carver gets a single and the fielding is done by Jade de Klerk. Carver is on 15 and Richards is on 9. Of course, that big 6 included in that score of 15 from Carver, which he hit over the square leg onto the embankment. Richards is on 9. Oh, that's a big shot, but it'll fall safe and it'll only be 1. The fielding is done out on the boundary by Dylan Matthews.
Yeah, you feel like the Badgers need the boundary to get the momentum going, yeah? They try their hardest. Let's see if Carver can come up with one.
Carver will be aiming the square leg boundary. Will Van Zyl allow him to hit there? And that is where he aims. But he will not get 6, but he will get 4, and those 4 will be very, very valuable runs added to Carver as he moves to 19 and the total to 123 for 5. We've got one more delivery left in the 17th over.
Yeah, you feel like I said, the Badgers need to take some risk here if they want to post or put on a defendable target this afternoon.
Carver with a hack at this one. Marco Murray runs in to do the fielding. And once again, Iinyathi won't mind singles at this point in time of the innings. So that brought an end to the 17th over. The Badgers 124 for 5. So Jay de Klerk, he will bowl his last. No, he won't bowl the last over. It's a bowling chase as Pabama Fujela, who bowled 1 over. He conceded 11 runs. He's brought back into the attack. You're taking your take on that decision to not bowl de Klerk out?
Yeah, then maybe they'll finish de Klerk from this side, since he's got the skill to keep the batters down and not hit a lot of boundaries. Carver and strike Fujela into bowl. I think Carver is gonna target the straight boundary here.
We're yet to see a maximum boundary hit on the leg side of the field from this end. It's wided by umpire Olivier. Tried to bowl it straight, but he's just missing the line. It's a wide, one more delivery to bowl extra as the total move up to 124.
Yeah, Fujela opting to have fine leg back, deep square, deep cow corner and long on. So obviously into the pads to the bigger boundary.
He unleashes, but oh, what a brilliant catch taken. That's a magnificent catch taken. Lots of ground to make. He dive forward, and that's a departure of Carver.
Yeah, exactly. Part of Fujela's plan, making him hit to the big boundary. Very simple and basic cricket, and it comes off for the Iinyathis as they strike again. 125 for 6.
That catch. Nonanela Yika, he can have a cold one tonight. A brilliant catch taken. He ran approximately 20 meters in, dive forward, hold on to a catch, tightly taken. As Peko Moletsane, so it's not Peko Moletsane, I thought it would be him, but it is Jared Jardine is walking out to join Richards. Other than Tuesday, I think we can expect from Jardine to hit big boundaries. He was quite naughty on Tuesday. Instead of getting Richards on strike, he lost his wicket by approaching a boundary shot, and he was clean bowled.
I'm sure he'll bounce back from the previous match. Since it's on the same wicket, he's finding himself batting in the same circumstances. So let's see how he deals with Fujela towards the back end here.
Fujela to Jardine. in one inside edge, and he will collect a single, and that will take the score to 126 for 6. And remember, after this there will only be 2 more overs left, and I can assume that Jay de Klerk will bowl one of them, and most probably Fujela from the Freda Street end the last over. So Richards is on strike. Fujela running in to Richards.
There we go.
That's the big
That's
one.
a massive one.
That's a massive one.
It's exactly what the doctor ordered. Heath Richards into the pad, but that boundary is obviously not big enough for the big guy. Good strike, Heath Richards.
Much welcome 6 from Richards. And I must say, Fujela is not giving a lot of margin for error and well capitalized. And Richards pick up a 6.
Yeah, like you said, if Jardine just gets Heath on striker, and he's got the capability to clear any boundary at any stage of the game. Whereas we also lost a ball in that process. New balls out, 12 men on the field for a drink. Maybe a little message here to the batters.
Yeah, I think when Richards is on strike, I think the third umpire will always be ready to run on the field with new balls. But well done thus far by Fujela. He's only got that one wrong. And as I say, that is a long boundary. You measure it, it's longer than 70 meters. And I think we can add another 15 meters to that. So that's a good 85 meter hit effortlessly by Richards, who moves his score to 16. He only faced 14 deliveries and the score to 132 for 6.
Yeah, Richards. Quite a capability of hit big sixes. Not only that, he's a keen fisherman. Also catches big sharks from the word in the street. So he's cashing in. Hopefully he can catch, and not just catch fish here, but hit another couple of big ones.
Fujela to Richards. Oh, well bowled, well bowled. That's a well executed delivery deep into the wicket, into the crease. Fujela does the fielding himself, no run added to the score.
Yeah, good comeback for Fujela, especially asking fine leg to come up, and even the deep mid wicket. So he's only got 2 fielders on the leg side here, so he can't miss his length or his spot where he wants to bowl. Make Heath straight down the ground. And Heath goes straight down the ground, and that will be into the Klerk's hands. What a great catch on the boundary there. Momentum lost again for the Badgers. Well bowled, Fujela.
Very good captaincy, and the bowler responded to his captain's needs. Good catch taken on the boundary. That's the back of Richards as he departs. The Badgers 132 for 6. And that's Peko Moresane joining Jared Jardine. That's 132 for 7. Pardon for that. As we've got 13 deliveries left in the Badgers batting innings. Yeah, Warren said it whilst we're off air now. I think the Badgers will most probably take anything above 150 here, taking the pace of the ball, and clever bowling can do it for them. Fujela to Moletsane, and that will be a single as it's misfielded by the 39-year-old who dived towards his left. Couldn't cleanly field it, but I think he will be excused for that misfield. He got the vital wicket of Richards. Well executed bowling as he did straight into the throat of Jay de Klerk on the boundary. And that ball was travelling. He hit it like a train.
Yeah, well hit there, but obviously not big enough to clear the boundary. And like we said just now before this previous over, Fujela from a Freda Street end, and Jay de Klerk to finish his spell from the Riverside morning. Jay de Klerk's figures are reading 3 overs, 2 for 11. I mean, this young man is surely come down to Oudtshoorn to fill his boots with a proper bowling spell and pick up a couple of wickets. He's trying to get out of his spell neatly and make sure his team goes into the break with some momentum.
And Moletsane will face his first delivery from de Klerk, who's bowling over the wicket, left arm orthodox over the wicket to Moletsane. Oh, it's a well bowled delivery. There's an appeal there, but I think there was some bat involved there. And de Klerk, his appeal to umpire Yuri Sadler has been turned down. Oh, nicely straight hit. We'll find the fielder, and well fielded there by Marco Mare. And once again, only one error to the score. Once again, the Iinyathi won't mind singles.
Yeah, again, the Iinyathi field and outfielders quite tidy, getting to the ball quite quickly and getting the ball in. And that's something that the Badgers will take into consideration, since their last fielding display wasn't as sharp, so they'll definitely sharpen up when it's their turn to field. De Klerk to Jardine. Top ball. Again, well bowled, De Klerk. De Klerk's got the better of the Badgers lineup here, even the back end of the innings.
That'll be a single once again. De Klerk won't mind, as he does the fielding himself. There's a mix-up, and the pressure is counting. That's a departure of Jardine. He ran himself out. I think that was never on.
Yeah, as you could see, the Klerk pushing hard to cut off that extra single. He did that. It's great work from the bowler, cleaning up his own work there to the mid-wicket area and running out Jardine.
That's a departure of Jardine. 134 for 8. And you earlier referred to 150. Is that going to be a bridge too far, Warren? We need a proper last over, but definitely not against de Klerk at this point in time. Very unhappy Jardine as he moves to the dressing room. Clinical fielding the entire day by the Iinyathi. Not a single misfield. I can only recall one misfield where a ball was overrun. No drop catches. They grasped the opportunities. De Klerk to Moletsane, and he will most probably get 2 as the fielding is done deeply on the boundary, and 2 more added to Moletsane. The new batsman is Leabona Malifi, and that is another wicket. The catch is taken by Marco Mare on the boundary.
Yeah, so de Klerk strikes on his last ball of his spell, and his figures reads 4 overs, 3 for 15. Outstanding bowling performance from the young left arm spinner this afternoon at the recreational ground in Oudtshoorn.
Yes, Warren, that is one of the better bowling performances that we've seen in a T20 match here. He bowled his 4 overs. He only conceded 15 runs, no boundary hit from him, and he got 3 wickets. And on top of that, by creating pressure, there was also the run out earlier in this over.
Yeah, current score 137 for 9. Like I said earlier, 150, maybe that was too far and too much to ask for. I mean, the batters just will try and get back into ball now and see how much they can get of Fajella's last over of this bowling innings.
So Malifi will be on strike. He's joined by Sintu Majiza, who was also brought into the side ahead of Marcelo Pitt. So the Badgers, I think 140. That will be 7 to the over. It's very early to say, but they need to be very clinical to make that enough. Sfogela will start the last over to the left-handed Liabona Malifi. 134 for 9. Oh, that will be 4. No, it'll be only be 2.
Might go.
Great effort there from the fielder, the debutant Kokoza, 2 added to Malifi, taking the score to 134. 136, pardon? Yeah, 136. Fujela to Malifi. He will only get 1. He hit it straight to the offside. And Majiza, also left-hander, will face Fujela. Now the Badgers got no less than 6 left-handers in their team, 6-handed batters, as we watch Fujela bowling to Majiza, and Majiza gets bat on ball. They will return for a second. It's valuable runs in the context of the game, and Majiza will add 2 as we reach 142 for 9. We've got 4 balls left, 3 balls left in the innings.
Yeah, Majiza's just finding some open spaces on the offside there. Like we alluded to earlier, that's the bigger side of the field. Hopefully, he will make contact to get a boundary for his team here.
Much needed boundary needed here. Oh, look from where he bowled that ball.
Yeah, well bowled
That
Fujela.
ball was bowled behind the popping crease.
No post on it.
Pardon, that's a return crease. He bowled it from behind the return crease. So Malifi on strike. He's got 2 balls to negotiate it with. Fujela runs in 143, and that's a wide. That brings them to 144, moves even closer to that 150 which you just mentioned earlier, Warren.
Yeah, Fujela being naughty there. Going too wide. Yeah, I think the Badgers will not be that bad or that sad for 150. That's something they can still defend here this afternoon. As it's proven that pace off the ball works as Fujela runs into Malifi.
He will concede 1 run. Malifi will return. That's very clever cricket from Liabona Malifi. Good awareness. And one of the very few errors in their fielding department today by the Iinyathi. For obvious reasons, Fujela not very happy. The score now 146 with 1 ball to go. The batsman on strike is Liabona Malifi. And that will be 2 more.
Clerk for his spell. Very tidy, very well bowled. 4 overs, 3 for 15, and also got the run out. Yeah, let's make sure we can come out and then see the Badgers defend 149.
Yeah, absolutely. Carl Jacobs got going. He got 24 from 16 deliveries, hitting a 6 and 3 4s. Bate Capel made 19. Tyrese Carlos at 10. Kelly Smuts 21. There were 6 for Van Brieses. Heath Richards, he was restricted today by clever bowling. He got 16 from 16. Thomas Carver made 20, including a well hit 6. And the rest of the batsmen never get going. So they will defend 149. We will be back in 10 minutes' time. After the break, the Badgers defending 149, and they will have to be clinical. A great bowling performance from the Iinyathi. Pabama Fujela picked up 2 for 31, Dylan Matthews 1 for 29, and the pick of the bowlers 3 for 15 in his 4 overs. And I must say, the Badgers batters didn't have answers to a great bowling spell from Jade de Klerk. So the new batsmen, the opening batters of the Iinyathi, Eben Botha and the captain Jason Niemand. And Niemand will be on strike as Leabona Malefi will open the bowling for the Badgers. It's going to be an interesting afternoon. Malefi to Niemand. And the first ball is well fielded, and there's no addition to the score. Warren, they will have to be clinical, specifically in the power play, because there are some batters here that's averaging at a strike rate of 120 plus. Niemand will get off the mark as the fielding is done, and there's 1 run added to the score.
Yeah, Malefi will try and get some inroads through it in the Iinyathi batting lineup here. Again, taking the new ball, opting to take pace off it and see if it's going to grab. Still carrying a slip here. Van Brissies is going to have to get these boys together here. As we said earlier, every game is a final for them now, so they should be nice and sharp and ready to pounce on any opportunity the Iinyathi might give them.
Malefi, and that's well bowled, well executed. Obviously, this is a track that has been used the past Tuesday, and I must say that the Iinyathi bowlers responded quite well to the conditions. It's another dot ball. Malefi will be happy with that, and a great test for the captain Van Brissies and his teammates this afternoon.
Yeah, previous game, Niemand got 54 of 37.
Yes, he offered some width, and it is done well with, and that's a maximum over the cow corner boundary. Well played immediately on the short delivery by Eben Botha.
Yeah, Botha pouncing on the short one there and hitting it out the park for 6. As we said earlier, these batters all got strike rates over 120 in their previous match, so they're coming into some into this batting innings with some good confidence and hitting the ball quite nicely.
Malefi, can he finish the over well? Oh, it's well taken on first slip. The catch has been taken. Well taken by Kelly Smuts on the second attempt, and a vital breakthrough for the Badgers.
Yes, exactly what the Badgers wanted here, to get some early inroads into this batting order. And that will expose the middle order quite soon. So well bowled there. Good catch by Kelly Smuts.
Important breakthrough, and Malefi is playing in only his second T20 match. He got a call up to the Badgers this season after very good performances for the Colts team, where you constantly end up as the top wicket taker, and he got the wicket of Botha and scored 7 for 1. Very important early breakthrough for the Badgers.
Yeah, exactly what the coaching staff wanted from Malefi, to strike up front with that new ball. As the new bowler gets ready to run in.
It's the wicketkeeper Malika, who has joined his captain Jason Niemand.
And a bowler from the Rivermore side end will be
Sintu Majiza.
Sintu
Majiza. He will play his first match in this campaign after he had to sit out. He got a call up ahead of the experienced Marcelo Pitt. Good catch taken by Kelly Smuts.
Yeah, very good grab there up front here from Kelly Smuts. Let's see if Sintu can also ask some decent questions here. They call him the magic man, so let's see if he's got magic for this team here and maybe get a breakthrough.
Yeah, he was learned his cricket in Thembalethu, and then he had a great stint running off his career at the Fort Hare Academy at Alice. So it's Majiza in to Jason Niemand. Can't bowl there. It will be runs. I think there was some bat involved there. Now, umpire Yuri Sadler correctly, as the scorers indicated, leg by. So that will bring Malika on strike. Tidy wicket keeping this afternoon from Malika. As you correctly mentioned, he is a dangerous batsman if he gets going.
Yeah, Malika, left-hand batter. So can strike it quite nicely. Like I said, all these players got good strike rates, and probably opting to make use of the hard ball up front there, since pace of the ball is the way forward here.
He's going around the wicket to the left end of Malika. Majiza to Malika. Oh, he's bowling! No, that's not bowled. Apologies for that.
Yeah,
for one moment I couldn't see the stumps, but the way in which the fielders reacted, it was as if a wicket went down.
Yeah, well bowled there, Majiza. Nice full and straight there, asking Malika to make the play. Also the field here, deep square out, fine leg back, opting for a third man up, so he's also trying to hit the stumps and make sure it goes to the bigger boundary on the leg side.
Malika to Majiza. Played on the offside. Fielding is done. No run added to the score.
Yeah, good length there for Majiza. Like I said, they call him Magic, so hopefully he can bring up some tricks here for the Badgers to get himself off to a good start in this power play here.
The field has been slip has been removed as Kelly Smuts moved to the offside. As Van Briesies, the stand-in captain for Jean du Plessis, makes some adjustments to the man at fine leg.
Catch.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Yeah, worth given from Majiza there, and Malika pounced on that past the backward point area for 4. Great shot.
Well executed shot, just a bit short, and he was on the shot immediately, and it races away for 4.
Yeah, that's how the game goes. Any worth given in this power play, batters are going to take it, and they're going to make you pay as a bowler if you give them any worth, so they can just throw their hands through it. Let's see if Majiza can pull it back.
We come back, just punch away in the offside. Good alertness by the batters as they pick up a single. 1 added to Malika, taking the score to 13.
Yeah, very key batter here for the Iinyathis, the captain. Majiza will try and break through here again for his team. As he's looking to get out this over in his last ball.
One more added, and he will concede 5 runs from his first over. A very well bowled first delivery. I for 1 second thought it was a clean bowl. My apologies for that. So the score now on 14 for 1 as we saw the end of the second over, and the captain has given the confidence to Malefi to bowl his second over from the Freda Street end of the ground in this power play.
Catch.
This is uppish. No, it's just outside the reach of Majiza and Peko Moletsane, and there will be 2 more runs added to Jason Niemand. Quite a risky shot.
Yeah, Niemand taking the option to clear the short leg boundary there. Obviously knowing the ball just killing one slightly.
Oh, well done by keeper van Brissies to hold on to that one.
Good dot there.
Reverse sweep.
Malifa just stopping in his action, making Niemand think about what's going to come down the wicket for him. Change of field here. Van Brissies quite sharp. I think he's opting for a slip. No, he's going to go to short third man, leaving the mid-wicket area open.
Oh, that's a big hit, and that is a massive hit. For the first time, that boundary is cleared by Niemand.
Yeah, great shot, Niemand. Jason Niemand bouncing on a fillet for bound ball there. It's giving him opportunity to free his arms. That ball out the park in the street there.
It's a well executed shot. And now the question is, will Malifi be able to come back against Niemand?
Yeah, current score 22 for 1 after 2.3. Okay, and as we can see, the umpires bringing the spare balls on.
Yes, early in the week against the Knights, Niemand hit 54 from 37 deliveries. So he's somebody that can take the game forward with the bat. It's not necessary. A spectator has recovered the ball from Freda Street, as there's some words from encouragement towards the young Liabona Malifi.
Yeah, just to make you aware, that is the bigger side of the field, but that cleared quite comfortably.
That'll be a single from Niemand. Are they going to push for a couple? Yes, they will. Well run couple.
Yeah, good running between the wickets there from those two.
Now the fielding is done by Tyrese Carlos, who ran in from the mid-wicket boundary. Malifi to Niemand, and this is a catch. No, it's just dropping short of Blade Capel, who casually strolled in, but the catch was never on. And they get a single.
Yeah, Malifi to the left there, and then now trying to get out this over.
And sensibly, Kelly Smuts will be changed to first slip, with the left-hander taking the ball away, the right-hander taking the ball away from the left-hander. Malifi to Malika, and that's a poor delivery. Also wired. It's been chased by Jardine. Slowish outfield, but it's 4 wide, signaled by umpire Andre Olivier. And all of a sudden, the momentum in this over has moved towards the Iinyathi.
Yeah, the current score is 30 for 1. It's not the end that Malifi was looking for.
Malifi to Malika, and as Capel will run in, that's the fielding, and that brought an end to quite an expensive over from Liabona Malifi, where he was hit for a boundary 6 by Niemand. And we've got 3 overs, the score 31 for 1, so they're batting at 10 to the over, and that gives them momentum. If they play cleverly from here, it should not be a challenge, but there's still 17 overs to go.
Nice.
And Carl Jacobs will be introduced to the bowling attack, so it's very clearly that spin will be the promising trick for the Badgers this afternoon. Remember, Jay de Klerk and Dylan Matthews, they bowled very well, great control, and they kept the pressure on the Badgers batters. So can the Badgers take a leaf out of the book of the Iinyathi and apply the same?
Yeah, I think good call here from the captain. As Carl has been bowling nicely recent game also. He picked up 2 for 10 in 2, so also one of the top leading wicket takers in this competition at this moment. I know it's quite early in the competition, but let's see if he can do slightly better than what Matthews did. Opting for car corner and a long off out since he's still in the power play.
A well bowled Carl Jacobs.
And again, he's bowling to the left-hander, so he will bowl off spin. He's got the skill set and the capability to bowl off spin to the left-handers and leggies to the right-handers.
Reverse sweep straight to the fielder. I think it's Carver who's done the fielding. No run added to the score.
Yeah, 2 dot balls here, well bowled Carl. The batter is probably going to try and make a play here since it's in the power play. Moving cover to the inner ring.
There's an appeal there. Well fielded. Good pressure applied by the Badgers.
Yeah, Carl confidently appealed, thought he had his man there, but the umpire decided otherwise. That will bring Niemand on to strike. Score 32 for 1. Van Bries is in the bowler, just making sure the field set properly. He's got long off out, car corner, long one comes to the boundary, to the inner ring.
Yeah, that was a leg bar that was conceded there. So we will bowl to the right hander Niemand. Jacobs to Niemand. That's a dot ball.
Yeah, as I said there, right hand on strike, and Carl's got the skill set to bowl some leg spin. So good option here for the captain, also good option for the team, since one bowler can adapt and adjust herself what's needed on the wicket here.
Well bowled again, they will pick up a single as Kelly Smuts does the fielding. Good single, well run, and that takes the score to 33 with 1 ball to go in the 4th over. Oh,
Yeah.
well bowled, he's got his man. Well bowled, Carl Jacobs. You get the wicket of Malika. Clean bowled, and that's an important breakthrough. Exactly what a doctor ordered for the Badgers.
Yeah, well bowled Carl Jacobs again here, making use of his skill and understanding of what the team needs right now. Van Bries was credit go to Van Bries for that bowling change. Good work here from the Badgers.
Yeah, that's a very, very important wicket. Malika is a batter that, as you say earlier, Warren, it's batted 120 strike rate. I must say, Carl Jacobs playing in his first season here, he really impressed us, and he's bowling better every match.
Yeah, Carl's getting better every time he gets out on the park. Coaches probably wanted something more from the bat, but he's contributing here with the ball. And like I said, credit to Van Bries and the coaching staff for bringing Carl on so early in this power play.
So that brought the dangerous Marco Moret to the middle. He needs no introduction. In the 2 seasons of the Mzansi, he played for the Nelson Mandela Bay Giants under the coaching of Eric Simons. He really was an impressive cricket player. He's a man there from Hunklip in the Eastern Cape. And for the past 2 seasons, one sense that he hasn't really fulfilled his potential. One would have expected that he will be definitely one of the players to get a call up for the SA20. His father, Rico Moret, was also a former first-class cricketer. He played for Boland. And Marco was also doing some farming there in the Eastern Cape. So Tyrese Carlson will continue from the Freda Street end of the ground. An important over for Tyrese Carlson. He got the nod for today. He didn't really pull it off with the bat as he bowls to Niemand, who punches it out to the offside. No run added to the score.
Yeah, from this you feel like this is the partnership here that he needs to break. Because Marco in the previous game, 70 of 39 balls, striking at a healthy strike rate of 100, almost 180.
And that's a wide by Carlsen. That's not what the Badgers needed. The options for seam bowling, a little bit restricted. It's Carlsen, Jardine, Smuts, and of course Machiza. It's well bowled, but it will not prevent the batters running through for a single. Take the score to 34. Into the 5th over, and one sense that if the Badgers can restrict the Iinyathi for less than 50 in the power play and maybe get an extra wicket, it'll be pretty even Stevens. It's a very modest target of 149.
Yeah, like I said earlier, this is the partnership they would love to break pretty early on, since it's the batters who've got pretty healthy strikers.
Carlsen to Murray. Oh, it's a well bowled delivery. Dot balls will also be important for the confidence of the bowler, and that one thing they call pressure in cricket. Murray is an experienced campaigner. He will know exactly what is expected from him. No margin for error against Murray, and Carlsen is aware of that. Well bowled again, only a single, as Jardine runs in to do the fielding, and 1 run added to Murray. A real test for the captaincy of Van Brieses today. Carlsen will bowl to Niemand. He's on 15, scoring more than a run a ball. Well bowled, Harry's Carlsen.
Yeah, Carlsen doing the job here for his captain. We feel like, got the sense there that's what the captain's going to do. Mix his bowlers up, not giving the batters time to lining up. So good work here so far. See if he can come out this over.
Consistency will be the quest. Carlsen to Niemand. It's well bowled. And again, from mid-wicket, it is Jardine running in to do the fielding. 1 added to the score. And I think Carlsen will be quite satisfied with his first over. Only conceded 5 runs. Yeah. 37 for 2. 5 overs gone. And whilst they take a break between the overs, just had a look at the match up in Durban, or down in Durban, where the 6-gun girl Gardnerwood Badgers is taking on the Dolphins, and we just saw the dismissal of Michaela Andrews. 99 for 5. She's run out, and they will again depend quite a lot on Tasman Britt. He's on 63. 99 for 5, chasing down 222.
Yes, back here with us, there's a bowling change. Jardine from the Riverside Mall end.
What are you taking on that bowling change after quite a successful opening over from Carl Jacobs?
Well, what I'm sensing here is that I think Carl will follow Carlsen from the other end. So again, the captain here just keeping the batters on their toes and mixing things up.
Jardine had a very impressive bowling performance this early in the week on Tuesday. A player with huge potential. Also played S19, his 2nd season here at the Oudtshoorn based team. He's obviously on a high performance contract, and there will be a lot of expectations from him today as he ran in. Oh, well hit. But there will be no run added to the score. It was well hit by Jason Niemand.
Straight to cover there. Yeah, Jardine's opting for deep square and deep point out. Yeah, interesting field here. So bowlers looking to shape the ball up front on a good length, but also can hit the wicket quite hard. Let's see what he comes up with here.
He will also aim at consistency as he runs into Niemand. That one is played out. The fielding is done on point, and that will be 1 added to the score.
Now a bold executed plan there. Since it's a deep point out, he'll bowl it into the crease there, full, making sure the batter execute his shot to his field that he set for him. Opting for the same field with Murray and strike now. And it's bringing short, third man almost like the deep gully here. I'll be expecting to bowl a good length ball.
Jardine to Murray. And once again out to deep point where the fielding is done, and Murray will only get a single. Nice throw from the boundary.
Kelly Smuts out there.
Yeah, it's Kelly Smuts, the elder statesman in the team. He will not be happy with his batting today, but he did take a very good catch in the very first over at slip to help Malefi getting a wicket and to get rid of Eben Botha. So that brought Jason Niemann again on strike. I did well to brought the run rate a little bit back to 7.6 where it currently sits. Now I know that can change within one ball, but the Iinyathi had a very good 2 opening overs where they were at almost 10 runs to the over. Jardine in to Jason Niemann, the captain. And the
Run out chance here.
oh, that's a bit of beautiful run out, direct hit. Umpire Andre Olivier is on move.
Carlson again.
Very good fielding by Tyrese Carlson. He's of course a brilliant athlete, hitting the stumps, but the batsman was safely home.
Jardine happy with the over so far. Only 3 runs from it.
I think that was Peko Maletsane who did the fielding there, if I'm not mistaken. Jardine has got the white brim hat on as we watch Jared Jardine. And that will be a single as Malefi runs in, tidily do the fielding, and only 1 run added to the score. 1 more ball in this power play left. I said earlier you will at least aim to be at 50, and if the Badgers can obviously restrict the Iinyathi to less than 50, we are setting up for an exciting 14 overs left in this encounter. Dot ball, good over, only 5 runs conceded, end of the power play, 41 for 2. And in comparison, after their power play, the Badgers were at 50 for 1, but they couldn't really take it fast forward from there on. So if you compare the 2 power plays, I would say even Stevens.
Yeah, good over there for Jared to get out the power play, limiting that runs flowing from over. Bowling change from a Ferreira and Street there. Carver on into the attack.
Yeah, if you look at the bowling changes, the captain van Brisies is not trying to allow for the batters to settle in against a specific bowler. So Carver, and that's 1 run added to the score. 1 run added for Murray as he moves to 4 and the total to 42. Well, that's actually a leg by, signalled by umpire Olivier. Waiting for the scorers to acknowledge the leg by. Carver has got protection, mid-wicket boundary, long off as well as square leg. As he bowls to Niemand. Oh, that's a very good executed delivery. Fielding done and no run added.
Yeah, Carver to opt to throw with his right hand there. So good fielding from his own bowling. I guess it's all spinners' job to field off their bowling.
Carver to Niemand. Oh, it's a well bowled delivery. Carver on the money right from the word go.
Yeah, Carver's landing it nicely. Opting to take the ball slightly away from the right hander, so now two googlies. See what he can come up with.
Fast forward it, rushing through the over to Niemand.
And Niemand jumping back into the screen to give himself some worth and hitting it out to deep long 1 for 1.
Blade Capel does the fielding. One more error to the score.
Yeah, the Badgers feel like they're in control here. Just not letting the Iinyathi score some boundaries.
Punches is out. Jardine does the fielding. So it's 3 runs from the over, of which one was a leg by. There's still one more delivery from Carver left. In this, the 7th over, the score 44 for 2. The run rate at 8 per over, which is the required run rate.
Yeah, fielding change. Deep cover goes out, and then obviously everyone comes around here. There's a short 45 on the offside and a point.
Van Brissy rallies his troop from the wicket-keeping position. Carver, and that is a premeditated reverse sweep, and Malifi will do the fielding. Only 1 run added to the score. So that brought us to an end of the 7th over. Iinyathi 45 for 2, and sensible bowling, keeping the pressure, let the run rate look after itself, and as you said earlier, Warren, this partnership will be crucial for the visitors from East London.
Yeah, that's a big partnership, this one.
They've got in their coaching staff, obviously, Tumele Bodibe, who played lots of first-class cricket. He's the head coach. And another bowling change from this end, the Queen's Riverside Mall end of the ground, Carl Jacobs, and he will bowl to Jason Niemand, who's on strike. Niemand is there for quite a while, so he will face Jacobs. Jacobs to Niemand, straight to the fielder on the onside dot. Tightly fielded by Kelly Smuts for a single. Short delivery.
Bowl Jacobs.
Very economical thus far.
Yeah, Spun just putting a brakes into the momentum of the Iinyathi. Same thing happened in the Badgers batting innings. So let's see who's going to throw the punch first here.
Jacobs, and it's forward defensive into the gap. He'll collect a single. I don't think Jacobs will mind the single, the odd single. As he bowled 10 deliveries and he only conceded 4 runs, and he will at all costs try to protect the boundary for his next 2 deliveries. As he moved Moletsane a little bit further behind, square on the offside. Jacobs to Niemand. Give himself room, sweep across the line. Fielding is done, and a single added to the score.
Yeah, the game pretty even. Stevens now. Batters just sussing out, and the bowler, same thing. Let's see who's going to be brave and trying to throw a punch here. As Carl Jacobs trying to get out of second over. Into Murray. Murray just knocks it through the cover area for 1 there. Pretty tidy over again for the Badgers. As Captain Van Brissie's opting just to mix things up here this afternoon. I think he's going with Carver again.
Yep, they've need another 100 runs from the last 12 overs. So the required rate is 8.3, and I think the Badgers will be quite happy where they currently sits. As Calber, as you said correctly, he will continue from the Freda Street end of the ground. He bowled a very good first over. He only conceded 3 runs. There was 4 runs from that over, including a leg by. As he bowls to Marco Mare. That's short on the onside. There is the push. And a little bit of a misfield, but it's not costly. As Carlsen did the fielding. I must say, Van Brieses looked very calm and collected under control of things.
Van Brieses plays an important role there. He needs to lead his troops, like I said earlier, to a W with some clever.
It's made a full toss, but there's protection at a long off, as the fielding is done once again by Kelly Smuts. And no run added to the score.
The captain playing it nice and smart here, getting the right fielders at the right place, and also mixing up his bowlers.
Calber to Murray. The quicker one. Hits it out to extra cover. Oh, that is an unforgivable misfield by Malefi. Instead of a single, they will get 2, but it was almost a 4 there.
Malefi, but too relaxed there in the boundary.
In front of the border Iinyathi dugout. Maybe they had a word at him, had a go at him. Calber. Oh, that's a wide. The first ball that's Calber is off target, and it's wided by umpire Andre Olivier. Only the second wide as far of the innings. You will expect from a leg spinner to sometimes get the line wrong, but that will be one more, as Malefi this time did the fielding as prescribed in the MCC coaching manual. Down on the one, he picks it up and throws it in.
Yeah, chopped off the stumps there, down to Malefi. Malefi wasn't going to make the same mistake in front of the Iinyathi dugout like you mentioned earlier.
That's another single. I don't think Calber will mind that quite a lot, as Capel runs in and does the fielding.
Yeah, the Natty also won't mind just picking up the singles here, as they keep ticking over the scoreboard. I mean, nowadays with these batters and the distance they can hit the ball, I'm sure 8-0 was not an issue. So
definitely not as long as Marco Murray is at the crease.
Yeah, they're just playing it nicely.
Calber, and it's another wide. He will be disappointed with that. A very intense cricket player, hailing from Afrikaans Hoërseun School in Pretoria. It was very impressive for MI Cape Town in the recent SA20.
Control of this game at the current moment. Control of this game at the current moment. Jacobs back into attack. His figures are reading 2 overs, 1 for 6. Will he be the guy the captain will ask to get a breakthrough and break this very important partnership for the Iinyathis? Just making sure his field's exactly where the field is exactly where he wants it. Carl to Marie.
He only conceded 5 runs in his first 2 overs, and he picked up a wicket. Oh, that's well bowled. And it's only a single as he punches it out. And Carlos, well recognized with his wide brim hat runs in and does the fielding. Dot ball.
Straight to cover. Yeah, you can sense and you can feel someone needs to make the play. Probably the batter's edge more edging towards the boundary side of things here. As Carl can Carl keep his nerve for his third ball in this over?
Nicely fielded by Malefi. Very nicely fielded as he runs around from mid-wicket, does the fielding. Get a pad from Kelly Smuts. Oh, it's a Jardine there. Kelly Smuts is underneath the President's Pavilion, underneath the secondary scoreboard, as Marco Murray is on strike. Oh, that's well done. Clever bowling.
Yeah,
So watch the batsman.
Murray just trying to give him room, give himself some room there so he can free his arms, but Cal reacted nicely to it. As he opted for another field change, bringing Carbo into point and then deep cover out, extra cover.
Excellent bowling from Carl Jacobs, and after 3 overs, there's 1 ball left. He only conceded 7 runs to the over. 60 for 2. They will pick up a single, and that's the halfway stage of the innings. The Iinyathi on 61 for 2, and the Badgers at the same time were 80 for 3.
Yeah, we can see that Iinyathi is opting for making a play much later in the innings. As at this stage of the Badgers' innings, you know, there was a couple of wickets being lost as they found themselves 80 for 3, and then obviously after the very next over they found themselves 90 for 4. So yeah, very even Stevens here as Malefa back into the attack.
And that is a big 6. Is this going to be the change of the momentum as Murray lashes on and hit Malefi over the mid-wicket boundary for a massive 6?
Yeah, that was a great shot. Murray just effortlessly put Malefi into the street there. Could be a change of balls. Not to start Malefi wanted into his second spell in this game. Tell you what, there'll be some worried faces the way Murray just cleared that boundary, and that is the big side, and cleared it pretty efficiently.
As you see on your screen, the bowling figures. Carl Jacobs very impressive. Tyrese Carlos also only went for 4 in his first over, and as expected, the third umpire comes into action with some spare balls. And one sense, if you're looking into the discussion between the captain, Van Brissies, and the 12th man, Keenan Vieira, there's a very clear message from the coach, Gershon Rabi, from the dugout.
Tell you what, they're going to have to look at that field in the street. There's a young little boy, keeps finding and collecting his balls. Yeah, Murray punching early in this over with the boundary, so probably trying to change momentum in this over. If the first ball going for a boundary, see how he's gonna play out the rest of the over. If he might be just more aggressive than previously. 6 of the first ball, Malefa asked to bounce back.
Malefa under pressure to Murray.
Murray goes again, down the ground for 4, great shot, 10 of 2. I mean, here's the momentum changing now for the Iinyathi.
Yeah, Malefi will be under pressure. He's bowling against one of the best batsmen in the business in this league, Marco Murray, who hit 10 of the first 2. And Malefi, well, all of a sudden, he becomes very expensive. That's single on the leg side. I don't think Murray will mind that, as he already collected 11 runs from the over.
Yeah, very sensible batting from the experienced Murray as he moves on to 24. That brings Jason, the captain, onto strike. Probably feels like he don't need to do much, just knock it down the ground again for 1. Ooh, Malefe up to go wide from the stumps and almost the captain trying to run it down almost in front of the keeper's glove.
Very good shot executed, and it will run away. It's well fielded by Majiza, who save a certain boundary but not preventing the batsman to run 3 runs. Yeah, the bowling figures of Malefe is all of a sudden very expensive. He already conceded 38 runs, and he's got 1 more ball left in this over, which is his 3rd. Good comeback, a dot ball, and 75 for 2 after 11. They need to bat at a run rate of 8.2 to the over, and as you said right from the beginning, the partnership between Niemand and Murray will be key.
Yeah, I think these two are playing it nicely. They opted to go and put some pressure on Malefe. They got that out of it. I think they might just play it nice and easily for now, the next 2 overs. And since Carl Jacobs is the best bowler so far, they might just give him this over and then make a play from the other side again. Let's see how they go out and execute this over. Carl is trying to break this partnership for his team. Niemand playing nicely, he's on 28. Not out.
So Carl Jacobs will bowl his last over, his 4th and last over, and the batsman on strike is Jason Niemand, who's on 29. Played a sheet anchor role today, whilst Murray is excelling next to him. That's a big one, that will be 6.
It's out of the park.
It's out of the park. It's a massive hit by Jason Niemand. And the momentum all of a sudden, as it goes, slightly changed towards the Iinyathi.
Yeah, Iinyathi bringing, or that shot bringing the run rate down to 7.7. That's still very reachable and comfortable, can be reached with the short boundary. It's the first ball of the last over went for a boundary, same as this one. We can see how the Iinyathi is planning out their chase here. As the umpire, look at the ball. We need Carl Jacobs, the captain from Provincial, need Jacobs to be on it and come out this over properly.
Well, he's on a well played 34, and that was also, oh, that's a very good call. No, it's not out. So they're 2 runs short of a 50 partnership. Thank you very much to the scorers who immediately respond. Also pensive in this game, focused as we watch Jacobs to bowl to Jason Niemand on 34. This one is played into the gap. Jardine misfield, and what should have been a single is becoming 2, and Jason Niemand remain on strike. So that's also the 50 partnership up between Jason Niemand and Marco Mare. A crucial partnership in the context of the game. And that 50 partnership came from only 48 balls. Oh, that is a beautiful shot. Carlos is running around, and it will only be a single. Carl Jacobs, he will bowl to Marco Mare. Oh, that's through the gap. It will only be 1 as Blade Capel runs around and through. Throws the ball, but that's time for 2 runs.
Yeah, you can just pick up on the body language from the Badgers here that slightly dropping. They need something special from someone here to stand up and break this partnership.
Jacobs to bowl his last over. He conceded 13 runs in his 5 balls in his last over, and he will bowl to Marco Mare, who is on 26. Straight to Thomas Carver. No run added. It's the end of the 12th over, and the score now 86 for 2.
On 7.9, and like I said, that's not too frightening for the batters finding himself at the crease now.
So Thomas Carver, he will be into his 3rd over. His first 2 overs went for 12, and the Iinyathi will be very cautious once again against Carver. Bowling from the furthest street end of the ground to Jason Niemand. Oh, that's a well bowled delivery. Niemand punches it to the onside. It'll only be 1 as Kelly Smuts run in and does the fielding. Van Bries's option in the last 8 overs, he will need to bowl some pace. As Carver has got 2 more left, it's unlikely that Malifi will bowl another over, and Carl Jacobs has finished his spell. There is obviously still Peko Moletsane, who hasn't bowled, as there's another single that's been collected from the bat. No, they will take 2. It's well run. Carver looks frustrated. I said earlier, he's a very intense cricket player. Takes the score to 89 for 2. Oh, that is in the gap. That's 4 runs. Very good release shot from Marco Mare, who moves to 32.
Yeah, Marco Mare quick to bounce on a short one there again. Carver will feel like it's just a soft boundary. And the score ticks over to 93 for 2. Well set partnership here for Iinyathi. You can sense that even in the dugout there, they look pretty much relaxed.
Carver to Murray. Oh, that's cut away for 4. That is cut away for 4. Drop short. He's quickly on that one. Umpire Andre Olivier signals 4.
Yeah, it's 4 through the offside now. I mean, 2 balls. 1 boundary towards the leg side and short to the delivery and short to the offside. And Marco Murray too good not to miss out on that. He moves to 36.
This one is hit straight, misfielded, and it allows the batters to go through for a single, and it will keep Marco Mare on strike as the total moves to 98 for 2. 1 more ball to go. Carver wicketless today as he runs in to bowl to Jason Niemand. Well negotiated and sloppy fielding again, and what actually should have been a dot ball is now 2 runs, and that is something that we didn't see from the Iinyathi today. Their fielding was very good, and it is if the Badgers just losing their grip on this game.
Yeah, the Badgers need to tighten up on the field.
It also brought the 100 up for the Iinyathi, and that came after 13 overs. 100 for 2 after 13, and they will need exactly 7 runs to the over. They require 49 from the last 7, so the equation is quite easy, and momentum, or should we say advantage to the Iinyathi?
Yeah, spot on there. Iinyathi's playing this innings nicely. These two batters very experienced. Again, just showing their class here as they trying to take themselves and take the team to a W.
As I said earlier, it's a test for character for the Badgers. Captain van Brieses setting his field as we saw the return, or if we see the return of Jared Jardine. He only went for 4 runs in his first over, and can he create something special here for the Badgers?
Yep, asked to bring a breakthrough here, since the field's majority of the fielders are in the inner ring now.
Ultra defensive field, Jardine to Murray. He punches it out. It's a bit of a misunderstanding. Niemand scampered home to the crease. Dot ball.
A lot of activity there for dot ball.
Yes.
Now he's opting third man up, long on out, again to the shorter side of the ground.
Jardine to Murray, and that's sensible cricket as Karl says, steam in from the mid-wicket boundary, and there's 1 added to the score, and Murray is on 38 and Niemand on 40. A real captain's innings, sheet anchor by Niemand. He did punish the bad delivery, but he stays there. He put trust in his own confidence, and that is something that was lacking in the Badgers batting department today.
Yeah, the Iinyathi just making sure they get one big partnership that should bring him close, as Jardine's trying to break through for the Badgers.
That one is short delivery, down to fine leg, where Majiza is patiently waiting for it and returns the ball to his keeper and skipper van Brieses. 1 added to the score, 102 for 2. Yeah, the body language of the home side, I must say, they need something special to happen here to lift them up. Jardine, oh, that's a short delivery, it's a well bowled delivery. That's the one that is allowed to the over, as indicated by umpire Sadler. Well bowled there by Jardine.
Yeah, good dot ball there. Probably going to need 1 or 2 more of those, and probably a wicket just to change momentum, as we can see that the Iinyathi cruising comfortably, opting for field change. Finally comes up, long off goes out. She'll have deep square in the boundary, deep mid wicket, and long on to the shorter side.
Jardine to Murray, that is hit.
It's a chance. What a catch!
What a magnificent catch taken! That is a match-winning catch taken by Carver. That's a brilliant catch. That is hopefully for the Badgers a turning point in his game.
Exactly.
He hit that like a train. He ran 15 meters towards his right. He holds on to a catch, and for a change, there's something positive happening for the Badgers. Yeah, from where we sit, we couldn't properly see it because the fielder was behind the side screen. That is a critical catch, and that will give the Badgers some hope as Nonanele Yika enters the crease.
Yeah, exactly what the Badgers needed in this kind of moment. Jardine running in bowling, and then obviously stunning catch from Carver on the outside here on the boundary. Yeah, could this be the change of momentum of this innings for the Badgers?
So Jardine will bowl to Yika. And for a change, there was a smile on the face of Jared Jardine. Very good catch by Thomas Carver. He was on the boundary rope. He ran towards his right, and 2 meters from the boundary, he holds onto the catch. That was a dangerous batter when he's in form, Marco Mare. And you can hear the crowd start encouraging the Badgers to take this one home. They had a very disappointing season thus far, a series thus far. They couldn't win any of their 3 first games. They had a very good start. In the power play, they were 50 for 1 after 6 overs. And from there onwards, they only managed to score 148, leaving the Iinyathi a target of 149. Jardine into Nonanele Yika. That's well bowled. And you can immediately sense the energy from the home side.
Yeah, just like you asked earlier, they need something special because the body language is dropping, and Carver came up with a stunning catch. That brings us to the score to 103 for 3.
Yes, very good bowling from Jardine thus far. In the previous match against the Eastern Storm, we saw glimpses of his potential. He bowled a beautiful delivery to get rid of Shannon Pillay, if I'm not mistaken. And he bowled 2 overs. He went for 7. And Carver will bowl his final over, in one sense that he will in for a chance against the new batsman Nonanele Yika. 6 overs left in his game, which is about 20 minutes to go before we will know the destiny of the outcome of this clash here at the recreation ground in Oudtshoorn on a beautiful autumn afternoon in Oudtshoorn. Carver to Yika. Oh, he will pick up a single. Will most probably comes through. Yeah, they're coming back for a second. Oof. Yeah. One sense that the Badgers will need to take quick wickets here, specifically getting rid of Niemand. The captain is there. He's on 41 from 35 deliveries, and Carver will bowl to Yika. Due to the nature of the total to be defended, as expected, defensive field. Nice reverse sweep, and that's a single. As Malifi does the fielding. I said earlier, Carver will not be a stranger to the visiting side. He played 2 seasons for the Iinyathi. Last year he was the 4-day player of the tournament, as we watched Carver in from the Vrede Street end to Niemand and dragged from outside the offside to Blade Capel on the long on boundary, 1 added to the score. Singles will win it for them. Warren?
Yeah, they still obviously ahead of the game here. Carver again trying to open up another end. The game tells us if it's a new batter, it slows the rate down slightly. Carver into
Yika.
Ooh,
There's an appeal there. I think one going down leg, as Andre Olivier remains unmoved. He just indicated to his fellow umpire, give the signal 2 more balls to bowl in this over. Ooh, it's a wide. Cannot afford wides, and a frustrating Carver. $108 for 3. Carver defensive, and he does the fielding himself. That will help a lot, a dot ball.
yeah, another dot ball there. Fielder, nicely fielded of his own bowling there. Won't mind giving the 1 year so the other batter, new batter stays in strike, and Carver.
Yika, and that's a beautiful stomping.
Yeah, it's gone.
He's given him out. It's a wide called, beautiful stumping from the keeper van Brissies, and that's the departure of Hika.
Yeah, brilliant glove work there from the keeper van Brissies as it slides down leg.
A clever ploy by Carver. He's put down wide down the leg side, and the bails are removed by van Brissies, and that's the departure of Hika.
Yeah, outstrides Jay de Klerk.
Your name is a batter. He's got what it takes to take the Iinyathi over the line.
Yeah, de Klerk's been playing nicely with the bat this season. And obviously he's gone away and worked on his batting. The last game he got to 26 of 11 balls, striking at over 200. So I know the wicket's not giving us the clear indication he might strike that cleanly, but definitely not the mark with the bat in hand. Carver to de Klerk.
Oh, that's another single. Much needed single in the context of the game, which take the score to 110. And that's the end of the 15th over. So they've got 5 overs left.
That's also the end of Carver's spell. Very well bowled. Four overs, 33 runs, and bagging the one very important wicket there. That's stumping, and also again had a good play in that partnership breaking catch there. Here on the boundary from Carver. Can Jardine bring up another special over here for his team as they needed? This game very evenly poised here.
So the new batsman Jay de Klerk will be on strike. As my fellow commentator Warren Bell, who knows de Klerk quite well, said, he's no mug with a bat. And he will just need to get bat on ball, play it safe. They need 7.8 to the over, 5 overs to bowl, and 39 runs to win here and to take it home. So we're in for an exciting afternoon. Last 5 overs of the game. And can the Badgers pull something out of the hat to open their account in the W column? Oh, it's full toss bowled, dot ball fielded by Peko Moletsane.
Yeah, captain opting for pace again, since Peko Moletsane has not bowled a single ball in this game yet.
The question is, will the captain van Brissies give Moletsane an over or two?
Very late in the game for someone to start this spell. There will be big pressure and see. But let's see how Jardine can dot de Klerk down.
Jardine to de Klerk. And that's another dot ball.
Run out chance. Oh!
That, what should have been no run is a single. And as you said, a lot of things happening on the field for only 1 run. But you sense the panic. Jardine wanted to get, Jay de Klerk wants to get off strike.
Yes.
And the run-out opportunity was on there. Missed the wickets. Missed also the wickets at the bowler's end. And the batsman threw for a hard-working single. And Jason Niemand, the captain, is on strike again. I just sense, I mean, a lot of things can happen, but should Niemand be there at over number 20, the Iinyathi will most probably take this one home. It's assumptions made, but a well-played captain innings by Jason Niemand. Oh, that's a short delivery. It's not a wide. Well bowled again to create a dot ball. Clever bowling, slower ball.
Yeah, slow ball bouncer being bowled there. Got away with a dot ball. Yeah, generally we will still think the batting side in control, yeah. But let's see if Nelson can strike as a score reads 111 for 4 after 15.3.
Feet off the ground for the home side as Jardine runs in from the commentary box and to bowl to Jason Niemand, who's on 42. And as Jardine is most probably be aware that the cameras are on him, he's tied his bootlaces as he bowled to Niemand. Oh, that's a well improvised shot and he'll take 4. Well played.
Yeah, Niemand, well played. Credit to you for taking that risk there, but fielder being up on the ring, it's a well executed shot. Just lets the pressure back into the Badgers here.
Yeah, you're taking the words out of my mouth. Pressure off. A boundary in an over will do the job for the Iinyathi. That takes Niemand to 46. He was there right from the very first ball, 119 for 4. He learn or teach the Badgers a lesson that's well bowled. Just work it to square leg as umpire Andre Olivier moves backward to allow the fielding to be done, and that's 1 more added to the score.
Yeah, smart batting there from Niemand.
Takes him to 47, 116 for 4. Jardine to Jay de Klerk. Oh, that's hit to the onside. Fielding done by Kelly Smuts. 1 run added to the total. Takes it to 117 after 16 overs. And that is for the loss of 4 wickets. After 16 overs, the Badgers were 116 for 6. So it's very close. It's both those 2 wickets that is making the difference. And of course, they've got the captain, Jason Niemand, still at the crease. Niemand faced 43 balls for his innings of 47, but he will not be on strike, and the new bowler will be Tyrese Carlson. Can Tyrese Carlson be the man of the moment? We need something special from him here. He disappointed with the bat again today. And you will have Jay de Klerk, who is on strike. "32 runs needed from 4 overs. It's a very clear calculation. For those of you who knows your tables, it's 8 to the over. As we watch Carlson from the Freda Street end, in to Jay de Klerk. That's a big hit to the offside. It will go all the way. That's 6. I think it cleared the boundary. No, it's just short. 4 runs added. Pressure off. And advantage to the Iinyathi.
Yeah, great shot. Joe de Klerk over extra cover there. Any batters will admire that shot.
Yeah, that's a quality, well executed cricket shot. Sorry to interrupt you, Warren. In the gap, over pitch delivery, he makes it a half volley and he drilled it through the offside.
Yeah, but naughty there from Carlson giving width on the offside, since that's a short boundary. As mentioned previous times earlier today, the longer boundary will be to the leg side of de Klerk as he runs into de Klerk.
Short delivery to the onside, fielded by Malifi. 1 run added to the score. Look, the 149, they must still reach it. But in the end of the day, quite a competitive total in the context of where we are currently. I'm not saying it's enough, and by the look of things, it doesn't seem to be enough. Karelse to niemand. And they pick up a single there. He almost dragged that one onto his thumbs.
Yeah, the big difference here between the two teams is at this stage of the game, the Badgers had two new batters where the Iinyathi is finding him, the captain still at the crease, taking control of his innings, and Jay de Klerk on 8 not out.
He will be on strike, Jay de Klerk. He's a young man, and let's see if he can stand up and absorb the pressure as Carlos runs in to de Klerk. He couldn't. He gives his wicket away. The catch has been taken by Kelly Smart at square leg. I just asked the question whether he's got a temperament to stay there. He lost his wicket. Well taken catch.
Yeah, what bold Carlos. So you can see the frustration in Niemand. His body language is not what they needed, because as we say, this new batter can stand there and just eat a couple of dot balls and put him under pressure. Badgers back into it.
Now, Warren, as I said, I just asked the question, and remember, he doesn't need a boundary. He had a brilliant boundary of the first ball of the over. He lost his temperament under the pressure, and the catch was held by Kelly Smart at square leg. Wicket for Karelse. 123 for 5. And the required run rate is 7.8 to the over, and the captain, Jason Niemand, must ask himself, what am I doing that the rest of the batsmen didn't do? So, a new batsman at the crease, Schlakuta. I was quite impressed with his bowling. Tubile Schlakuta. He will face Tyrese Karelse, whose tail is up, and he can be a very dangerous player in a situation like this. Can he arrive and justify his inclusion for today's game? As I said, he will be disappointed with his performance with the bat. Karelse to Schlakuta. And that
should be a dot. Ooh.
It's not a dot, just wide of a diving Heath Richards. The first time that we mention his name in the field today. It's a big man, 1.92 meters, broad shoulders. He dives towards his right, but it doesn't prevent Schlakuta from getting off the mark. And now the big question is, can Karelse restrict Jason Niemand to a dot ball here? We can also sense that the field placing is aimed to do that. That will be an interesting tussle. How good is Karelse in reading the game? Uppish. There's a fielder out there. No. Well fielded. They will pick up 2. Is this 3 or 2? Yeah, they pick up 3. And Jason Niemand remains on strike. Leabona Malefi on the boundary. He couldn't make his ground to take that catch. And end of the over, 17 overs gone, 127 for 5.
Yeah, that's 50 for the captain there. Well played, 50 from Niemand. Trying to take his team through and right through the end here. 51, batted for 80 minutes, 45 balls faced, 2 sixes, 1 4.
22 needed from 18 deliveries, and the Badgers will need some magic, and for that reason they introduce Sintu Magic Majiza. Warren, credit to a well-played innings, 54, he's there for 80 minutes, he faced 45 balls, Jason Niemand, not an aggressive batting display, but he stayed there, and all the batters batted around him. He's still on strike, and as I said earlier, he will be the key for the visitors in the next 3 overs. As Majiza runs in to bowl to Jason Niemand. He's bowling around the wicket to Niemand. Oh, that is a 6. He got hold of that one, he did straight to the dugout. And my question is, why would he bowl around the wicket to the right-hander?
Yeah, missing his plan there. Probably trying to make the batter hit the ball to deep point and third man. Bowling wide, closer to the wide line there, but poor execution from the Magic Man, and he got
punished.
He got flicked over mid-wicket, square leg for 4 there.
And there's a little bit of a consultation amongst Capel, Majiza and Thomas Carver. Is he going to change his line to over the wicket? No, he will stay around the wicket. He's making a change in the field there. Brought third man up.
He's going to drop deep square.
And drop deep square to the boundary. That ball was well hit by Jason Niemand. By this time of the afternoon, he should seeing that red ball as a soccer ball. Majiza, and that's another great. There's a chance there. He's taken a chance. He's taken a chance. The catch has been taken. Well executed bowling, and it's not over yet, Warren.
Yeah, definitely. As the in-batter finds himself, well, not to the crease anymore, the captain. So there will be big pressure on whoever's walking in. I think it's Matthews. Yeah, Badger's back into it.
Now Matthews will join the new batter, and all of a sudden there's a twist in the tail again. Yeah, the one thing about the Badgers, they never gave up this afternoon.
Yeah, that's good signs for them. Very good signs since they find themselves bottom of the log, needing to get a victory. Could this be the game? Again, I think back to that brilliant catch of Carver here on the boundary. It was possibly the spark they needed as the Magic Man waves his magic wand and picked up the captain. It gets 2 new batters at the crease here. It's going to make things a bit interesting. Only need 6 and over, but we know what pressure can do at the back end of the game.
Dylan Matthews is an experienced player. I'm not sure his capabilities with the willow in hand. I got a nod from the man that coached him a lot. Sitting next to me is my co-commentator from Kabega, Warren Bell. Majiza to Matthews. Oh, that's a well bowled delivery, but he will pick up. Only one.
Now Matthews again can also hit the ball in pretty funny areas. But yeah, Magic Man asked by the captain to do some, so he's on his way to do that.
Okay. Credit to Peko Moletsane, who's taken the catch to get rid of the captain Jason Niemand. Majiza. Driven, that's a single. That's only a single as they rush through. Picked up by Carver. And 1 added to the score. 6 to the over. Around the ball. Easy calculation, but it's not that easy if there's pressure mounting. Majiza still bowling around the wicket to the right-hander Matthews.
Yeah, who's going to hold the nerve in this last part of this game? Very important game for the Badgers here.
White outside the off. They will try to collect 2, but Carlse is running in from deepish point to pick up the ball, return it to keeper van Brissies, and 1 run added to the score.
Yeah, you'll still think that the Iinyathi is in control of the game since it's only 6 runs and over. But like you alluded to earlier, pressure make these players do funny things, huh?
As the experienced Thomas Carver runs in from long on, long off, and he made a few changes to the field there. Yeah, he's in a different position to observe the battlefield.
Yeah, changing for deep square to go to deep mid-wicket, and then the guy that was on the ring at mid-wicket is going to square it just slightly behind square.
13 runs needed to win. Remember, 12 to enforce a power super over. Majiza to Malika. It's well bowled, that's not a wide, it's a well executed delivery.
Yeah, well bowled, Majiza. That's what he's trying to execute earlier. Only going to try to the back end of the over here. But he got away with the captain, so yeah. Game on here at the moment. At the recreational ground here in Oudtshoorn.
So they need 13 from 12 balls to take this one home. And Gerard Jardine will bowl the penultimate over from this Freda Street end of the ground. I don't think that's a bad ploy.
Yeah, obviously his figures is telling us that he probably bowled this very important over. His figures reads 3 overs, 1 wicket, 14 runs. Provincial is quite on it here. He needs Jardine to execute to the T.
Now that's a crucial over, and this over, in my view, is the make or break in the context of this game where we are now. Jardine, he will bowl to Matthews, who's on strike. Remember, singles will do the trick, but pressure is also on the other side. Jardine runs in.
Dot ball.
It's not a dot ball, it's only one. You said earlier today 150 would be a defendable target. You're 100% right. But will it be enough? We will learn from the next 11 balls as Jardine runs in. Oh, that's a brilliant delivery! Jardine gets the wicket of Lakuta.
Exactly what the doctor ordered here. Jardine striking top or off stump. Opting for a good length ball here and got rid of the batter, Matika. Yeah, absolutely fine for Jella walking into the crease here. Can hit the long ball, but like we said earlier, will be under pressure at this time of the game to come hit the ball out the park from ball 1.
Yeah, for Jella, definitely not a mug with the bat. He's shown that. He's somebody that can hang around. As I said earlier, and as we are aware of, we almost over halfway in the pool stages of this competition. One sense that the Limpopo, Impala Limpopo and the Knights, they already secured our place in the semi-finals. They would like to continue their winning streak to have home semi-finals. And then I think there's 2 more places there. The Badgers. Oh, that's a well-bowled delivery. Just scrambled home. There's an appeal. Umpire Sadler is unmoved. He was well positioned, although he's looking into the setting sun. But I also sense that if you look at the body language, it's more excitement than reality, and the single has come the way of the Iinyathi.
Yeah, Matthews just making it back into his crease there. As British asked the question. 11 needed at this current stage.
10 from 9
10.
balls.
Apologies.
Matthews is on strike. Jardine runs in from the Freda Street end of the ground. Oh, that will be a single. Tap and run. Jardine to Fujela. 2 more balls left in this over. And that will be 2 runs. Chased by Carver. And they will return for the second. Well played, Pabama Fujela. A little bit of width outside the offside to work with behind square on the offside to third man.
Yeah, something special need to happen here for the Badgers again. John Dean looking for not only a dot ball but maybe to strike again. Last ball of his spell.
The departure of Fujela will be critical. Will it be? No, they will get a single as he hit it towards the offside, and that will bring an end to the last over from Jardine. He bowled very well. He bowled 4 overs. He bagged 1 for 20, and the last over, 2 for 20, my apologies, 2 for 20 in his 4 overs. A great spell from Jared Jardine. So they need 7 from the last over, and Sintu Majiza will bowl the last over. Remember, if the scores are tied, we're in for a super over, and I think that will be a good dessert to the proceedings today, a super over.
we won't mind that. Credit to Jardine there, very good spell. 4 overs, 2 for 20. Again, a little gathering here from, well, with Majita. Seven over last over. Just bearing in mind they are hitting to the shorter boundary. So field placing. Well, we can't even mention field placing in the short boundary. Need to be great execution from the man they call the magic man.
Fujela will be on strike. He will be aiming outside off. You look at the field placing, that will be his line and direction. Still going around the wicket to Pabama Fujela. Majiza to Fujela. Oh, almost deflected onto the stumps. Great effort from Majiza, and you can see that he hurt his left hand. It's fortunately not his bowling hand.
That brings Matthews back onto strike. He's currently in full. So let's see if he can get a one away for his team here.
Great fight back by the Badgers. It's not over yet. 5 balls, 6 runs to win. Majiza to Matthews. And there's a little bit of a disruption.
Yeah, Captain opting Carl at cover go on the boundary.
Airborne, fielded by Malefi. It's 1. That was airborne for quite a while.
Yeah, well executed there. Well bowled to his plan. You sense he'll need a dot ball here.
The Iinyathi duck out, they on the edge of their seats. So is the Badgers. Majiza. Oh, cannot afford that. That's a wide, and I guess it's swift, the momentum of this last over. Always a twist in the tail, but you cannot afford a wide ball when defending 7 from the last over. Bowled straight to the wicket, just outside off. That will be the quest. Words of encouragement from the experienced Thomas Carver as he whisper in the ears of Majiza. Majiza can also feel the pressure. It's a swing and a miss. There's an appeal for a caught behind.
That's a dot ball ball.
It's a great comeback from Majiza. That was his intention with the first ball of the previous delivery, which was eventually wired, and I think it was a great delivery. A bit risky with third man up in the circle.
Yeah, I was going to say, only back to that, it could have been the end of the game, but he got away.
Majiza to Matthews. It's another great, it's wide it, and it's a run out! It's a run out! But there will be one run added to the total. Van Priesie kept his cool, he took the bails off, and that was a very, very close call from umpire Sadler.
Yeah, that's the end of Vajela. That will bring the debutant to the crease. And there's some pressure on now.
3 runs from the last 3 balls, and as you say, that will bring the new batsman to the crease. He will be on strike.
Three from 3, yeah. The Badgers doing very well here to fight themselves back into it again. You would think that it will be easy for the batting side, but Badgers keep fighting back. Great fighting spirit here from the Badgers. Ken Majiza upset the Iinyathi this afternoon.
Olwake Gogoza is the new batsman on strike, and he will bowl around the wicket to the left-hander. He will be nervous on debut. Gogoza to face and Majiza. Oh, that's a great delivery. Oh, they missed the run-out opportunity there. Bye signalled.
Yeah, you opted to have the keeper and captain from British to take that one glove off at the start of the day and in the game, because you know that the batters will run at anything. That brings Matthews back into strike. 2 from 2.
I never thought earlier that this game will end up here 2 from 2. They'll need a dot ball here to go into the super over. Majiza to Matthews. He's on 5. What's going to happen with this ball? The penultimate ball of the match. Ooh, only 1. Oh! And that, unfortunately, is what it is. Again, they couldn't hold their nerve. The Iinyathi win by 2 wickets with 1 ball left. And I think this sums up the campaign of the Badgers thus far. Great match, great fight back, but they couldn't hold their nerve in the end. They lost by 2 wickets with 1 ball to spare. Give credit to the Iinyathi today. They bowled well, they fielded well, and a great batting performance by the captain Jason Newman to take them over the line. The Badgers, they played 4, they lost 4. For there, the campaign is over. They've got 2 more games to go, and they will be very, very disappointed in the way that this transpired and turned out to them. More questions than answers for Gershon Rabi and the coaching staff. Well done to the Iinyathi, who fought well until the end and take the honours home. To you, our viewers, thank you very much for turning in. A last word from my co-commentator, Warren Bell.
Yeah, thank you so much. All credit to the Iinyathi. Great victory for them, and like my co-commentator said, back to the drawing boards, as there will be more questions than answers. To the next time, thank you so much. Goodbye.
I just want to thank our technical team for assisting us today. Thank you for your cooperation. It was great working with you, and we will chat again from the recreation ground on Thursday when the Badgers will take on the Mpumalanga Rhinos.